Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, we are here.
And I need to think of something that rhymes with here, but I can't think right now. Hi. I'll say it next time. I'll think of things that rhyme with here. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, if you are new here, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. Y'all already know how we like to do it. Make sure y'all comment in the chat. Let us know you here. Shout out to our good girls who feisty. Prayers for the Guobadias. Garden prayers hitting the ceiling and coming back down.
Is that even the right name? Can you even send out the right prayers though? Because is that even the right name?
Ooh.
But keep going. Hey.
Hey to our good sis, California cutie. She's pulling up braiding, which is why she is not here with us tonight. Hey to Cheryl, my favorite Liberian cayenne pepper. How you doing, my love? I miss you, miss you, miss you. Let me know the next time you're in Houston. We definitely have to hook up. I hope everybody is having a good, happy Friday. Hope y'all got y'all fish plates because in here in Houston, the people ain't selling fish plates. They ain't got no potato salad on the side. They ain't got no big macaroni. Like I spent all day looking for a fish plate with macaroni, peas, a piece of cake, and a cold drink for about 12 hours.
I know where you could have got one at, but
ain't nobody had one.
I can't say it on here. I'll tell you later.
But ain't nobody had one. Ain't nobody had one, and my feelings was hurt. Now, what we here to talk about, girl?
The Porsha and Simon of it all, because they keep coming down my timeline.
Oh, the Porsha and Simon of it all. You know what I gotta say about that? Whitney Houston, Deborah Cox. This is a retake of my life. I was his thought for many nights. Now the roles have changed, and you're the leading lady in his life. Lights, camera, now you're on. Just remember you've been one. Enjoy it now, 'cause it won't last. Same script, a different cast. That's all I gotta say, girl. You hopped in that lady pool in a bikini and hopped out that lady pool engaged to her husband. I'm just saying.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh.
So we only 2 minutes in.
Hey y'all.
That might not be the words. Listen, we know that I am not a word connoisseur of the songs, okay? You know what I'm saying? I have said many times in confessions that I thought Usher was saying, "Why Chili Baby?" And that was not what he was saying at all. But I was singing it loud, proud, and wrong. So
at all.
Whatever the words is, the point is, Deborah Cox, Whitney Houston, same script, different cast. It was the same script when he bought you that same car that he bought her. She had the two-door, you had the four-door. And you posed in the same black all in one, like she was posed in. It was the same thing like when she said Simon was controlling and was doing what he was doing and was, saying things to make her say her baby daddy wasn't this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, because we saw her at the end of that season episode when she had her show, Porsha Family Matters or whatever, trying to act like Dennis wasn't a good daddy. And then she was hollering about, you ain't paying for this. And Dennis was like, well, what she need? Because ain't no paper shortage over here. Now all of a sudden she back posting with Dennis. Girl, let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, Ken. Hey. Oh wait, hold up. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Indigo girl, how are you? Hey, Notaries, BarbMeetsWorld, and chat. Where have you been, Nola? You've been missed. I always listen to you, but first time in your chat. Thank you for always being here. So I'm gonna just let y'all know, for everybody who been wondering where I've been, life, and I got laid off from my main job in November. Y'all know I keep my 2 jobs. I got laid off, and I've been sick, so I've been having some things, going on. But girl, I'm trying to get into, but I am glad that you are here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your love and support and concern as well. And hey to my girl Alicia. How are you, my love?
Hi.
Girl, look at his face, girl. Let's be real before we even get started. What that picture of his face at? That they don't put up the commercial.
Oh,
They don't put up the commercial. But judging from the picture of Simon's face, I really felt like he was getting with Pleasure Palace spoilers, Porsha. Y'all really felt like he was breaking Pleasure Palace Porsha back. Let me go. Go ahead.
she didn't know his real identity. She didn't know any of this. She was taken aback when she found everything out. Okay, y'all. Based on the title, you already know. Simon Guobadia claims Porsha Williams brought gunmen to marital, or pew pew men, I should say, to marital home. Police called to scene. Oh gosh. Simon Guobadia fired back at estranged wife Porsha Williams' divorce filing, claiming in new court documents that the Real Housewives of Atlanta star brought an armed pew pew men to their marital home. In the documents obtained by Page 6 Monday, Guobadia alleges this reality star abandoned their house at one point, only to return with a man visibly bearing a pew pew for reasons unknown to Guobadia. The entrepreneur claims that Williams brought the man on 2 occasions. Guobadia alleges that during one instance, which took place on March 21st, he had to call police to maintain the peace. He also claims that Williams, 42, had third parties to call and harass Guobadia and others in an effort to force them out. Guobadia alleges that on or about March 24th, Williams, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend made a forcible entry into the marital home, disengaged security cameras, and tampered with items and evidence. Since the filing of the instant divorce, wife's actions have been erratic, unstable, threatening, and harassing to ... the house staff and the minor children, the documents state. Williams' behavior has caused safety concerns, especially since there are minor children, Guobadia's children, currently living in the marital residence. Yeah. Guobadia 59 is requesting a judge issue a restraining order against the Bravo celebrity. Oh, okay, y'all. So I'm gonna just stop there for now. So that's our starting point.
If you out here in the streets and you looking for me, I be hustling like a dog till my knees get weak.
I use a jukebox tonight. I can't.
Baby Project Picture Porsha said, "Oh, you gonna lock me out? Oh, that's what you're doing? Hold up. How Boosie said, you wanna stop? You wanna run your mouth? You want some gangsters from your house? We'll set this. We'll set this." And Porsha was ready to set it off. And I ain't even mad with her because allegedly.
Ooh.
Allegedly. Okay. King Scammer had got locked up out the house. And if I'm not mistaken, Georgia is a community property state, so you really can't lock her up out the house. So when you did that, me and my people about to come up in here and let you know what's up. And you might be a scammer, you might be the king of scammers, but I'm a queen of all goons, and she let him know what it's about to be. Like, you're not about to lock me up out of here.
Right.
Because you were supposed to protect me. You were supposed to love me. Like Curtis was supposed to love Jackie. Oh, okay.
Last time I checked in their prenup or whatever, it stated that she's allowed to stay there should they be pending, a divorce. So yeah, I don't know why he took it upon himself to do all this extraness, but are we really surprised, y'all, when this is the same man that said that he has movers on speed dial, basically? Like, pretty on brand.
And she better be sending Dennis a picture in that Versace robe, like, hey, big head.
That's so like 5 years ago. Like, please do not.
If it ain't about the money,
please
don't be blinding up.
Please don't.
Listen, I'm not saying she want Dennis. I'm not saying that she should be with Dennis. I'm just saying like this right here was unnecessary foolishness for Porsha to take on, in my opinion. Like she didn't know this man. You literally hopped out. You literally hopped in the pool, and we went to commercial break, and you was engaged.
Yeah. Basically.
You didn't know this man long, and I get being a hopeless romantic. I get being in love. All the people who want to go up for PPP, Project Pigeon Porsha. I get all the people who want to go up for her. But listen, you can't go up for this. At the end of the day, Porsha was too old, too grown, had enough money on her own, and had a child to be worried about a little girl at that, to be bringing this man that you don't even know all up in your grip, all up in your juice box, all up in your peach juice. You ain't know him long enough. No, God, I don't feel bad for her. I don't. I know the people gonna want to feel bad for her. I don't.
These two are trying to confuse people. They're like high school sweethearts who fell out of love. How can you 1 week traveling the world and then the next announcing a divorce make it make sense? Yeah.
I agree.
It's more so like about the fact that she has a daughter, and like if you didn't know this man, then that means that you had this unknown person living in a house with you and your child. Like, are we not thoroughly vetting people before we bring them around our kids anymore? Or is that something we left in like 2023 or 2022 or whenever they got married? Like, do we not do that anymore? I don't got kids, but last time I checked, that's how people usually get down. Responsible parents, that is. Just saying.
Oh, girl, I ain't even trying to tell my business on here. I ain't got no man like that except Harold. Hey, Harold.
Hey, Harold.
Hey, Harold. Harold, my internet husband. I had to divorce Kenny because he wasn't treating me right. Harold, my internet husband, all right? And when I tell y'all, baby, me and Harold be going at it, the people be hating on me and Harold because they around here in thruples and it's just me and Harold, but I ain't going to put it all out there like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, in my real life, my kids ain't seen me with men like that. My kids ain't seen me with men like that. That don't mean I don't get none. That mean I don't, creep. Like Luther say, medium-sized Luther. Creep. That don't mean I don't creep when they go to sleep.
Where are we about to go with that? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm back home before they wake up. Like in my real life, in my everyday life, like, nah, we ain't about to do that. We not about to play like that with my kids. And it's not just little girls included, it's boys included. To me, you do not bring people in front of your kids if it's not like about to be like that. Like before anybody would come, if anybody want to flirt with me and talk to me, understand you gonna know up front that I have kids, and you gonna know up front you ain't coming to my house. You gonna know up front.
Shout out to Rodney. Yeah.
Shout out to Rodney the Voice. I love Rodney. But you gonna know up front you not coming to my house. You gonna know up front you can't call me last minute and expect me to show up because I got kids and responsibilities. Like that's just what it is. And that ain't what she did. She was dropping that kid off with Mama Storm, aka Diane. You know what I'm saying? She was dropping her off. Like that's what you was doing, to go here, there, and everywhere with the man. And let's not talk about her letting that look. Oh, girl, we're going to get to it when we get to it. Let's not talk about her letting that little girl sitting on that man's lap. That man is not her daddy. I don't give a damn if that's her stepdaddy. I don't give a damn if that's somebody that you was going to be with. I'll be damned. There go Harold, my big boy push. Hey, Harold.
Hi.
Kenny baby couldn't do right, and Harold scooped in and scooped me up. Hey, brother.
You can't hear me? You can't hear?
Why can I hear you?
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
You want to go out and come back in?
Because we can hear you. I don't know why you can't hear us. Hey, Harold. Hey, Harold, babe. Y'all know Harold, my baby.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, you didn't have to authorize no divorce, baby. You didn't sign. I sent the paperwork to the address that you gave me, and you ain't respond. And baby, I went ahead and divorced you in one day and married Harold the very next day at the courthouse. Thank you.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Your new man and your old man in the same chat at the same time is giving PPP. Look how the tables turn. No, baby, it's giving Big Pimp and Mia. You heard me? Mia was the first housewife to do it. I'm the first content creator to do it. Holla! Shout out to Frankie. May she rest in peace.
I'm at a loss for words.
I ain't been cheating on Kenny with Harold. I ain't talked to Harold. I ain't talked to Kenny in months. I talk to Harold all the time. Yeah, she being messy, babe. Yeah, she being messy, babe. We already know what it is. You know she gonna try to take this back to the chat and be messy. Oh, come on, Norris, Tony. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my boy Norris. Can one of my moderators put Norris's link in the chat?
Hey, Norris.
For me, please. Love lost in the end, just like Porsha. Amen. Baby, the death of our relationship was the death of our marriage. The divorce is over. I'm with Harold. Hey, Mother Princess. How are you? How are you, my love?
Hey, Princess.
But let's go on to the rest of this because, girl, they got a whole lot going on, girl. Down to him stopping filming.
Let's see if Deb had anything to say about this before we move on, but I don't know what's going on with his sound. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with his sound. No, I hope y'all don't hear that. Who the hell? Hold on. I don't know whose alarm was going off, but my neighbors are disrespectful. Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, let's just go on to the most recent thing that I saw, which was this right here. Porsha Williams calls out Simon. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, y'all. Wrong tab. I meant to go right here. Sorry. Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, sends cease and desist over RHOA filming amid divorce. Simon Guobadia no longer wants any part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Page 6 can exclusively reveal that the entrepreneur sent a cease and desist letter to True Entertainment, the production company behind Bravo reality series, on Thursday to demand it stops filming at his house amid his divorce from returning cast member Porsha Williams. The legal letter obtained by Page 6 states that Guobadia is the sole owner of his Georgia house and as such does not consent to the release, disclosure, or publication of any photograph of the property, nor does he consent to the taping, filming, or recording of the property, including any aspects of any activity in or about the property. Guobadia 59 attached a copy of the deed as evidence that Williams 42 does not have a stake in the nearly $7 million home, which he purchased in November 2021. Failure to comply with the requests herein will result in Mr. Guobadia taking legal action accordingly. The letter continues. A source close to production, however, tells Page 6 that nothing has been filmed at Guobadia's house for the upcoming 16th season. Ooh. And yeah, reps for True Entertainment didn't immediately return Page 6's request for comment. Okay, so that's like the latest of it all, y'all. Yeah, wow. Yeah. And aren't they filming? Like, aren't they actively filming? That's why I keep hearing on the word on the street.
Listen, let me tell you, if we don't get this drama on RHOA, throw the whole season away. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. Like, we need to see it, and we need to see the girls eating Porsha up. I don't care. I want to see them eating her up. I want to see her giving her the business. Because the fact of the man is, if I was on RHOA and I had a husband, girl, Porsha can't come to nothing that I have at my house. Not nothing that I got at my house.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Is
We
it
could
an
hear you
echo?
before. For whatever reason, you could hear us.
Why are they staring? Oh, sorry.
I can hear y'all now. I don't know what was going on with this computer, but
I'm about to freak out if my neighbors don't quiet down. And why are they staring up in my window? Let me lower this. Like, ugh.
is it an echo at all? Can you hear me?
No, it's no echo. I can hear you just fine. What you got to say about all of this?
I just think this was a scheme that Porsha had set up to come to us with the bullshit. Okay. We all knew that Porsha married Simon for whatever reasons y'all want to say that they were. To me, you know how like when you get fired or you leave a job, but you want unemployment.
Okay.
Simon was her unemployment.
But she quit her jobs. When you quit your jobs, you don't get unemployment.
Just because she didn't want to work. Are you saying because she just didn't want to work? That's why?
Yeah, because she left Housewives of Atlanta, and so she needed unemployment. So Simon was her unemployment.
I mean,
you can't file for unemployment from Bravo.
I respect it. That makes sense to me.
Can we just give a shout out to the Queen though for the album that came out, and then go back to what was going on because
we got to talk about that.
Country Carter was it something Carter Country Carter
Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter. I can't even think of the name of it, but I'm so confused with this computer right now. This is a new computer, so.
Ooh, new computer.
But I just want to make sure we give a shout out to Cowboy Carter.
Something before I put on something.
The magic that happened at midnight last night.
And it did.
And back to Porsha.
And it did.
At midnight last night. Why I hear myself?
Oh, because I was trying to post the link in the chat. So I went to my phone, but I ain't had the phone off.
I'm like, this computer is doing all kind of things, and now I can hear myself.
And shout out to my cousin Tiffany. If y'all a Mary Kay customer, go ahead and hit that link. You know what I'm saying? Get your makeup, get your perfumes. Barb, you know Tiff.
I do know Tiffany. Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to remember when she almost hit that man with that umbrella when we was on the floor?
What do you mean? I have the video. Like, you got to pull it up now.
No, I didn't know you had it on video that when she almost hit that.
Because they were doing the most. Anyway. Ugh.
So do y'all think that this is a storyline or is this a real story?
No, I think it's real.
No, I think it's real. I just think it's too much. I mean, for you sitting up here and talking about you didn't know him and this and the third, ma'am. You didn't know if you was marrying a citizen or not. You didn't know if you was about to be a green card wife. And I on some level, I feel like she's full of shit.
Absolutely.
I just think she's like not the smartest when it comes to these types of decisions. We talked about this when I was like,
Barb, you should have stopped as she's not the smartest and then stopped. Because she also thought that the Underground Railroad was an actual train. So she's not the smartest. So that would make sense.
Because when she makes big decisions, she just like somehow messes them all up.
Yes.
The big decisions in life. She just fumbles it every time. I don't understand that.
I feel like this is sitting up way too high.
Deb, did you stream to your channel?
No. I didn't. Hold on. My camera leaning. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Shout out to Faith Evans.
Y'all, we are streaming on both my channel and my sister's channel. I don't know why Deb didn't
please
stream to his channel.
I didn't know. I mean, it was y'all's show. I didn't want to like
You know, we share the love. We share the love over here. But make sure you are subscribed. I just put Deb's chat link in the chat, and I purposely didn't put it in my chat and put it on Barb's chat because you have to be a member to comment on everybody's chat. So go be a member, subscribe to my sister channel.
Yeah, because I'm 25.
We need 25 people.
25 people.
For her to hit her monetization.
He's subscribed. So
go ahead over there and subscribe.
Or if you're in the bushes, or if you got a cousin or an uncle or something that has YouTube, I need them all. Thank you.
Because I went to both of you. Wait, how many subscribers do you have now?
475. I need 25 more. I'm like,
you only have 500 now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? That's what's up.
Yeah.
And you have the watch hours.
Trying to get there. Almost.
Okay.
I be playing all my videos on all day.
I will remember that when I go live the next time.
Hold up. Let me just say this. Harold. Baby, you ain't got to address nobody in the chat. Man, you already know what it is. Kenny need to go ahead and accept his divorce with no alimony, no property, no 50% on nothing, no half and half, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? He did what he did. That was all for him. Every time he come in the chat, I was all like, hey, Kenny. And he was around here doing his thing and doing other people living his life. And so I went ahead and moved on, and I got with Harold, baby. Go ahead and accept this divorce and move on.
If you want to be honest, Kenny has really cheated on all of us. So
exactly, Kenny was messing with me and my brother. What kind of foolishness is that? So at the end of the day, yeah, sir, I divorced you. I moved on to Harold, and that's just what it is. I chose who I chose. Harold is the better man with my big boy push, and that's just what it is. And I don't appreciate too feisty trying to keep up the beef up in the chat. Kenny, be in the chat and be in peace and make your comment about Porsha, sir. The divorce is final, it's done. And Harold is what it is and where it's at and where it's gonna be. Period.
You should have stayed. You should have stayed where you was at.
Harold is mine. You need to give it up. Had about enough. It's not hard to see. Harold is mine. But anyway, let's
be like that. Harold is mine, not yours,
but mine.
Not yours,
but mine.
Not yours,
but mine.
That needs to be made into a short. That needs to be made. You need to clip that part. It's too much for me. But yeah.
But back to Porsha.
Mm-hmm.
Porsha, one, let me ask y'all this. Are y'all excited about her coming back to Atlanta?
No.
I thought I was, but then like I'm not.
No.
I don't know. I don't know what Porsha we're gonna get.
I'm with you with that, Barb. Like, we don't know what Porsha we're going to get. But I will say this. I am excited about Porsha coming back. The reason why is because we don't know what we're going to get. And Porsha is always, I mean, we had protesting Porsha. We had scamming Porsha. We've had divorce Porsha. We've had Porsha who was the dupe when Phaedra was on there. Porsha, we've had many of Porshas. When is the real Porsha going to stand up?
For some reason, let me say this. I feel like all of the Porshas that we are seeing are different Porshas of Porsha. I'm not gonna say that her activism was false because it's in her blood. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that was false. Or that
but
was
you also can say that too because she didn't know where the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, so
we can't really say that either.
You can't say that.
I blame Mama Stone for that. However, I will say this: I'm not excited. I'm not excited because I feel like the Porsha I wanted would have been a Porsha who stood up with her chest and came back for the next season after she had done left out that lady pool, engaged to her husband, and took all her Hennessy and her wings up out her house. You know what I'm saying? While you was letting what's her name? Toya, Tanya, whatever the hell her name was, being accused of having the Delilah spirit, all while Drew Sidora was standing up there, and your friend who was around here giving you wigs was the true Delilah spirit, messing with that little like Fatler was going after the wrong person with the golf clubs. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I would have liked to seen Porsha come back and stand in her shit and face the music the next season instead of bowing out and coming back. So at this point, what are you coming back for? I also feel like she would have gotten more money had she came back that next season. I feel like you lost a little bit of your bargaining chip when you let another season pass and you didn't come back. She quit her job. She did all of this. And Porsha is moving, to me, like somebody who don't have the potential to make the money on her own. Like, you really thought Simon had all of this, but you didn't do the investigation. Oh my God, I'm lost.
Look at your phone. Look at your phone. Son.
Let me turn my camera off so I can put mine on too.
You know what? I don't
know. My drink almost gone. Anyway, thank you, Harold. Thank you. Listen, I love Porsha.
That's a good one.
Prior to the spinoff, I loved Porsha. At the end of the day, like, you want to put Dennis in a room with your sister and your cousin, but that was only because you was gonna sneak down to that room and hop up in that bed with Dennis. And then when you find out Dennis had Miss Thang walking around there in a thongy thong, and you talking about this supposed to be for the family and making a conjoint family, but you and your man was the only one who didn't show up. And when Dennis called Simon to the carpet, like, hey, you keep the moving trucks on fire, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Dennis still betting his money on Porsha. And I'm not saying Dennis is right. I'm not saying Dennis is what it is. I am going to say Dennis and his mom made their series. But other than that, that's what it is. I'm not saying Porsha need to be with Dennis, but I think Porsha need to be by herself for a while. She needs to evaluate herself for a while, because the fact that you bought this man that you knew for 25 seconds around your child and was letting her sit on her lap, I'm sorry. I know we ain't got to that post yet with him. Her talk about Simon was supposed to protect PJ and me. Nah, you were supposed to protect PJ by not letting her sit in that man's lap who wasn't her goddamn daddy. But let's go ahead and get there. Please.
Simon was supposed to love me.
Am I allowed to look at Dennis weird then for not intervening?
Dennis should have said something, but we don't know if Dennis didn't put that part on the internet or not. But he posted it, and I'd have posted it online. If you don't get my daughter up out your lap, I'm on my motherfucking way.
That's what I mean.
I think this is a scheme that Porsha and Dennis set up to come to Simon with the bullshit, to be honest. Because Simon and Dennis were friends.
Okay.
And he just gave her away. They were taking pictures together and everything. And and now that she's back on the show, all of a sudden she's done with him, and now she's back, but she's still communicating with Dennis. And now I know it's allegedly because of the baby, but also it might not be because of the baby.
I'm agreeing with you with that.
They would have still been together had he bought that ring over or whatever that was, remember?
Yeah, because she said she wanted Dennis to bring the ring back for Christmas, and they get re-engaged.
And he brought Simon for Christmas.
He wanted them to work on their issue.
He brought Simon for Christmas. That was the ring.
That doesn't mean that their feelings were no more than that. Just means you didn't bring a ring. So, to my point, they would still be together.
Simon brought the ring. But Simon brought the rings. Dennis brought Simon. She got the ring.
Simon bought a lot of stuff, but not
the house. And they're fighting over the house. Now, what do y'all think about that?
Could she afford? Could she afford that house without him?
I think she can.
Okay.
Is the house paid off though?
Mm-hmm.
No. So let's get into the house, because I don't know if y'all follow Tisa Tales.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
When they first bought the house, Tisa Tales was saying that when he signed the paperwork, he signed his name wrong. on the paperwork. So my thing is, she's getting divorced from Simon Guobadia, but was the marriage ever legal? Like, can she get because we found out that he entered the country under one name, and then he got put out for doing wrong things, and then he came back under another name. So was the first name he entered the wrong name? And Simon is his correct name? Because if Simon isn't his correct name, is the marriage even legal, legit, and real?
Not recently
able to cash the checks with the whatever name that he had. That's the real question.
I don't think that matters though, because the not Risa Tisa, but the other person that came out with her story and stuff on TikTok, the same type of thing happened to her, and they were like, he spelled his name wrong or whatever. I want to say
that was Risa Tisa.
One of them, yeah. And
no, that was her name. That was her name.
It was still like legit, even though I think he signed it wrong. I want to say it was like the same type of document. So I don't know if that's, I mean, different states and stuff. But I don't know.
Did she say he signed his name wrong? No, we on Risa Tisa now. He signed his name wrong?
I don't know if it was. I'm pretty sure it was there was another girl who came out with her story. And I want to say it was that girl and her stuff.
But I don't think he signed his name wrong though.
Okay. You can change
your name with your green card. Okay, so I didn't know that. You know, I don't know how it worked, child.
Never mind. I'm putting it over here.
I'm just saying, like, who is she really even married to? Is Simon the man real name? Is Eeyore his real name? Girl, I don't know. She at this point she got an African name too. Shit, I don't know.
That's why Fallon got the hell up out of there.
With the help,
I'll give her that much.
And not just, I mean, I'm not saying that she got into a better situation. I'm just saying maybe that's why she was so let him go so easily.
Oh yeah. Are you reading? Because I just said. Sorry, y'all. It's been a long week, and
that's new for StreamYard because it never does that. It never did that before. It showed a notification of what you said.
Oh, really? It does that now? That's cool. I didn't know that.
Just for us.
Yeah, no, I didn't know it did that now. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure if it was as easy as him having his name wrong and her being able to get out of it that way or whatever, I'm pretty sure the lawyers would have exhausted that at first. It would have nipped it in the bud right there then. So I like to think that's not the case then. Otherwise, there would be no back and forth. It'll be done.
I think it's gonna be a battle for them because he locked her out of the house. And the
she has to film.
Okay, so you live in Georgia. Is Georgia a community property state?
But so there's two things. So he locked her out of the house, but also I guess in their what is it, the prenup? Mm-hmm. Yes, she was supposed to get the house.
Yes, he has to vacate within 30 days once they are doing divorce.
So I think that's the battle that they're really having right now is should he leave the house? And then they also said that he got a new attorney who may have changed the prenup.
What? It was a prenup? What?
Yeah, that's why he was able to do what he's doing right now is because he got a new attorney after.
If they changed the prenup, that's not nothing. Excuse me 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back.
Wouldn't that be considered illegal? Legally?
I feel like it is illegal, but right now, I mean, he's illegal too. So you know, I don't think he really cares. I think he's just buying time right now.
Honestly,
hey, California cutie.
That's a good point because then he has to deal with all of this other stuff personally after that. So I mean, if I was in his shoes, I guess I would do the same thing. But she's not going to go down without a fight with this because she's.
And then he also filed a restraining order on her too.
Mm-hmm. I think I have the article.
So legally, she can't even come to. If he's in the house, she can't even come there.
There's so much over. It's like The prenup says she's supposed to be there, but then his name is the only one on the house. But then this one filed a lot. It's so much just tit for tat. It's so hard to freaking make sense of it all.
Let me see if I can look it up. I believe that
Yeah, you can send
what I read though.
I can bring it up. Yeah, that's why does she do this to her life?
Because she didn't have a job.
This was completely avoidable though. The pros with this situation did not outweigh the cons, Miss Mama. Like, because look, you got to clean up all of this in the public eye. Like, I ain't got time for that at all.
Let's see if it says anything in this article. Simon Guobadia no longer wants any part of the RHOA House of Atlanta. You want to read it out loud?
You can.
Simon Guobadia no longer wants any part of the RHOA House of Atlanta. Page 6 can exclusively reveal that the entrepreneur sent a cease and desist letter to True Entertainment, the production company behind the Bravo reality series, on Thursday to demand it stops film. No, that's not what I wanted to read.
There were so many.
It was about the house.
There were so many coming out that I honestly neglected this story for a little bit because there's so much Diddy stuff coming out.
I feel like it's in my email too, though.
Maybe.
Let's see if this says anything.
We're trying to give y'all all of the information, so just bear with us for a second, y'all. Please make sure you like the video on both channels.
Well, this page 6 says that he's the sole owner of his Georgia house,
and
such does not consent to the release, disclosure, or publication of any photograph of the property, nor does he consent to the taping, filming, or recording of the property, including any aspects of any activity in or about the property.
I think this is this one. Yeah.
Porsha estranged husband. Yep, that's the same one.
Yeah. Maybe I didn't read it all the way down, if it does say that there.
But there was one where like she was supposed to get the house though.
It just said in this one, she also claimed their prenuptial agreement stated that Guobadia should vacate the home within 30 days of a divorce filing, which he has failed to do. I want to say I didn't see any articles that said that, but I know I want to say for a fact, I heard someone say that in one of their own videos that she was supposed to get.
Oh no, I've seen an article that said that. Let me go to Lovey Scott.
So yeah, I think that would be a good place. Then that's why I asked, like, can she afford all that by herself? Because I'm trying to understand why it's just in his name. That's another big red X that I have to put.
Well, the house was already in his name because he had the house before he got with her.
Like, no.
Or did they get a new house?
Yeah, they got a new house. Well,
okay.
Even if, I don't care, even if that was just his house when I moved in. First of all, no, we're not even doing that because we need new houses. I'm not moving into anybody else's old house. Shout outs to Sweet Tea. Or yeah, isn't her? Yeah, Sweet, yeah, whatever her name is. If they bought a house together, no, I said shout out to Sweet Tea, Married to Medicine. You know, she's okay.
From Married to Medicine, gotcha.
She's okay with moving into someone else's old house. I am cut from a different cloth, apparently.
Okay, this one should tell me. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm trying to read through this, but go ahead. What you're saying?
That was one of my biggest issues with it. Also, besides her having a stranger apparently around her child.
Oh yeah.
Next thing is, why wasn't your name on that house? Like, that's like day one stuff. I'm not moving that near box in this MFR unless my name is on there, because then we got to deal with all this. Like,
because you had that prenup.
I don't know.
So this is what it says. It says the prenup dictated that in the event of a divorce, Guobadia would vacate the home within 30 days of the court filing, given that Williams filed for divorce. So did she file for the he?
This was the say again.
Who filed for the divorce?
She did.
Okay, so it says In the event of a divorce, Guobadia would vacate the home within 30 days of court filing,
Yeah.
giving Williams filed for divorce on February 22nd, 2024. Guobadia would have to vacate the house by March 22nd. Instead, she claims Guobadia asked for 10 additional days, which Williams and her team rejected. On March 21st, Williams said she learned that Guobadia had disabled her access to the gates. Well, that's what we're talking about now. Where am I at? Gates of the marital residence, effectively blocking her ability to access her own residence. The Bravo Celebrity filing comes after Page 6 exclusively reported that Guobadia allegedly had to call the police to his and Williams' house after she showed up with an armed pow pow man. In his court documents, Guobadia alleged that the reality star had abandoned. Oh, so she abandoned the house at one point, only to return with a man visibly being a pow pow for reasons unknown. Which we know now that was a security guard.
Yeah.
The filing of the instant divorce, wife's actions have been erratic, unstable, threatening, and harassing to the house staff and the minor children. The document stated, referencing Williams' 5-year-old daughter, Pilar, from a previous relationship, as well as Guobadia's 5 kids. Williams' behavior has caused safety concerns, especially since there are minor children. Guobadia's children currently living in the marital residence. The philanthropist also has requested a restraining order. So I'm assuming because he's claiming that she's dangerous. That's why
he's going to use every excuse in the book to.
Yeah.
But like Cheryl said, they got the house before they were married. I thought they got it after they were married.
Well,
regardless,
we made jokes about her running through Fallon's house.
They bought the house before they were married, but can we pause for just 1 second? Because I see some people in here who want to be humbuckish up in my chat. And let me just go ahead and get this clear. Real quick, real cute. Kenny came, he was an appetizer. Okay, he was an appetizer. Kenny was messing with me and my brother up in my brother chat. Am I lying, Dad?
No.
Oh, okay. So Kenny was trying to mess with me and my brother. So when I peeped what it was,
but you have to also be honest too, because you went after him.
I mean, I did. I was like, hey, Kenny. But then when I realized that he was just on some other stuff, you know what I'm saying? I left him alone. He was an appetizer. So don't y'all come in this chat. I ain't talked to Kenny, ain't spoke to Kenny in a month of Sundays. Okay. And damn near 365 days, I ain't spoke to Kenny. I left Kenny alone and got with Harold. I left an appetizer and went for a full 9-course meal, which is Harold Cadero. Don't play with me. Don't play with me and don't play with Harold. See, Catherine, you
wait.
Not Feisty. Wait, hold up.
Wait, no, wait, listen. Not Feisty. Feisty is saying
Feisty, you don't win recruited Catherine to come up in this chat because y'all was around here sharing just patches and Diego took y'all man. Don't be mad because me and Harold is all into one over here. Get yourselves together. Don't bring that
I'm laughing at Feisty because she's saying, Kitty, my heart genuinely goes out to you. This is exactly what Fallon experienced. Feisty, you ain't shit.
You did not speak to me no week ago.
Feisty, you ain't shit.
At all. At all. At all. Because anybody who know me know my heart is for Harold. Anyway, let's keep on.
I had to call my sister. I was like, "Hey, Barbara, this is Shirley."
The fact that so let me tell y'all that, listen, y'all want some outside tea? Pause on the Porsha and Fanning. Y'all want some outside tea? So Feisty got a baby with just patches, okay? But Catherine was his wife. Okay, so them two became sister wives and they was battling it out over just patches. And me and Harold was in there minding our business and they was feeling some type of way because he come up in there in the morning with manners and respect. And when I say good morning, he say, hey, babe, good morning. You know what I'm saying? And then speak to everybody else or don't speak to everybody else. It don't matter. His woman was in the chat, so that's what he's supposed to do. Address and speak to his woman. They feel some type of way because, as you can see, we got Mrs. Two Feisty Patches. And before Catherine was Catherine Latrice, the queen, she was Catherine Patches. All of them was around here with Patches. Meanwhile, my name stayed Nola Reeves. Harold name stayed Harold Cadaro. And baby, everybody knew what it was. Ain't nobody came for my man. Ain't nobody came in my spot. Ain't nobody came for my place. Around here, giving you the real tea, done took their man and slept with their man allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Diego was with their man allegedly. You know what I'm saying? They mad because they lost their man, and me and Harold is still strong, and they feel some type of way about it. And that's what this is all about. So they decided to come and spam the chat tonight because they feel some type of way because me and Harold is strong. And Harold already know, big Harold, you already know, big. We ain't got to entertain it. Let's get back to Porsha. Let's get back to Project Porsha. What I'm not gonna do is make me seem like I'm a Project Pigeon baby because I was done with Kenny before I got with Harold.
But Kenny ghosted me, so.
Oh, okay. And Kenny was messing with my brother. So Kenny, say that
I have nothing for Kenny because Kenny ghosted
I'm not coming back to you, baby.
Kenny don't even show up. Kenny don't even show up in my
Harold, you're all I need to get by. Like sweet morning dew. I took one look at you, and it was plain to see that you was my destiny. Y'all don't feel no type of way. Nah, you in the chat, Kenny, talk about Deb don't be like that. But man, that Harold, man, y'all better back up off my man.
But Kenny definitely
come off this YouTube.
Hold on, wait.
I know how me and Harold
roll. Nola, wait a minute, because Kenny definitely ghosted me. And it's cool. You know, I'm okay with that part because you know what? When one door closes, another one opens. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Kenny, you know, because Kenny, have you when you were my chat other, did you see Kenny over there? Nola? When you was in my chat other, did you see Kenny over there?
I didn't.
You didn't? I ain't seen Kenny in a month of years. So Kenny can stay over here.
I ain't seen Kenny either.
I've been live all week, Kenny. So don't say that.
Hey, ain't that in my bed?
Me too.
And I ain't even got to worry about it because Harold know what it is. Y'all see what's in the chat. Let's talk about Porsha. And then when we get off of this, me and Harold gonna go do what we do.
Harold, hit me up, Harold.
I'm just gonna go.
Did you just ask my husband to hit you up?
Harold? Oh, did you come over here and steal Kenny?
I did not. But I'll hook you and Harold up in real life.
That's you know what?
What?
I don't even want hookups.
What?
In real life, not internet life. Harold will always be my internet husband, but in real life,
hey, ranting.
Hey, cousin.
Hey, cousin.
Anyway, let's get back to Project Pigeon Porsha.
Yes, please.
Please. What? I don't care when that house was bought. It's completely on her that her name is not on that house now.
But it's her house.
It is on her. But in Georgia, Deb, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't live there. But I do believe Georgia's a community property state. So
it is.
Maybe she felt like it doesn't matter if her name is on it because they are now married. So she's entitled to half of it. Which, with Georgia being a community property state, how can he put her out or change the locks?
That's not what it's about. In their agreement, she's supposed to get that house. So it's not about a Georgia thing. That was their agreement.
I don't even really mean for for these purposes as much as I mean just like, I don't know. That's just maybe my own ways to do marriage. But my name would have been on that issue. I don't care. But
I think that, you know what? It might have been good for her not to be on it.
Maybe. I don't know. I can only speak for my tax bracket.
It's almost, I think in 2023, 2024, like, baby, we on our own at this point. Like, yes, we're going to get married, allegedly. No paperwork. But the other thing is, now I know you're a criminal and all the other thing. I'm glad I didn't put my name on shit.
Well, yeah, no. In this case, they didn't need to add any more variables.
Yeah,
that could have complicated this more, because clearly, I don't even think this is a quarter of the battle that we've seen.
you know what's crazy to me? I'm sorry to go back to Kenny. He didn't fight. He didn't even fight for me in the chat.
I was told don't jump in.
So
Like
I'm just saying, you know, he ain't even fighting for me at all. But go ahead.
I'm be quiet.
It's cool though.
I'm mad you didn't give me the memo. I would have came with my Renaissance shirt on too.
Well, I had to, you know, this is a holiday, so I had to wear my shirt for the holiday.
That's why I have makeup on.
Say it louder for the people in the back, B. Say it louder for the people in the back, B. Say it louder for the people in the back, B. Y'all, man, listen. Y'all,
I'm not attacking you, Kenny, but you need to know where your wrongs are and where you're wrong and where your rights are. Because I don't know any of that.
I think I'm stuck.
I don't know any of that.
This
And
is
I'll read in the comments.
We late night, so it's okay.
This is how Porsha and Simon got to where they at.
It's relevant.
And I'm glad we're talking about Porsha and Simon and Dennis and everybody else, because this is how. Can you pull this comment up for me, please, Nola?
Which one?
When Kenny says, "Cause Deb is fronting," can you pull that one up for me? Because Deb is fronting, he knows I didn't abandon him. Kenny, when last time I talked to you? When the last time you've been in the chat that anything that I've ever done? So you always over here. You over here on ranting. You on Nola's channel. I ain't seen you in a month of years. So I'm not fronting. It's the truth. But you know what? What God has for me is for me.
What? Oh, I wish I could play some music right now. Because what? What?
Even mother know. Even mother know.
Same.
Even mother know. I thought Kenny fell off the face of the earth. Thank you, mother.
See?
Thank you, mother.
Same.
Thank you, mother, for coming up in here and letting.
Princess.
Thank you, mother, coming in. Coming in with the final chess piece for your children. Thank you.
The crazy part is, I thought the same thing. I didn't even expect to see Kenny in your chat today, but all of a sudden here come Kenny commenting all through the damn chat. I'm like, well, damn. Kenny is my friend on Instagram. Haven't heard from him because from YouTube, me and Kenny was talking. Haven't heard from him, but when you came in, and shout out to the Reeves, because you got the man. You know what I'm saying? I felt that way, but then all of a sudden he dropped off from YouTube. From YouTube. So that's all I'm saying. I would have never done this to you, but I mean, you listen. I'm gonna sip my drink on that.
I'm gonna just say this: y'all real mad because me and Harold go together real bad without indictments.
I don't even know Harold.
Y'all real mad because me and Harold go together real bad without indictments. You heard me? Without indictments.
For me, I'm like on Mean Girls, like, you don't even go here. I haven't been over here before, so I haven't been here when he was here, so I don't know. But back to Porsha. Family Who's Matters. They should be recording this.
I'm gonna be pissed if they're not.
I hope they're recording this on RHOA.
Even if they can't get in the house, like, they need to be outside. Like,
let us in.
I'll be
Simon. Open up the door. Simon. You know this is my house. Unlock these doors right now.
I could see her like running from like the front to the back, like with no shoes on, like.
Do y'all think
Yeah.
Simon? Listen, I feel like Porsha was hitting send on them emails from them Nigerian scammers who be saying, you know, you get them emails and they say you such and such passed, but they ain't had no family members, so they left their money to you. And you won 350 trillion pounds, but we need you to send $5,000 so you could collect it. I feel like she was hitting send on them emails.
But you also got to send like $50 first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what is
going
going
like,
on.
well, I got $50. Let me just send that.
Can we put up the post? Can we put up the post where she said Simon was supposed to protect her and PJ? Do we have it?
Simon was supposed to love me.
Girl, she sound like Jackie and Curtis. Curtis.
Who is Jackie?
Love me. Oh, from Married to Medicine. I know you watch it.
It sounds like more like Dream Girls. Like, what Curtis was supposed to love me.
But I'm saying Curtis is her husband. 419 Cheryl, thank
but
you.
Curtis actually did love his wife, and then went back to her, and they made it together. Curtis
happy
actually
Easter, everybody, on Resurrection Sunday, as some people call it.
And also happy Beyonce day too.
All that.
It's Beyonce day for what? I live in Houston.
She released the album today.
Oh,
somebody sent you balloons.
How do you get the balloon?
I don't even know, but that's so. She always getting the balloons.
I never got a balloon before.
At least I'm getting something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who sent Barb balloons? Because I need balloons too.
I thought that just happened.
You're not sharing on your page.
Who?
Deb.
Yes. Huh?
I'm saying you're not sharing on your page so you could get balloons.
Oh.
You gotta be live.
I didn't want to take away, so I didn't. I don't even know how to do it for real.
What we all eat over here? Like, what is you talking about?
But how do you share? I don't know how to share.
I mean, it should say at the top now since you didn't hit it. It should say at the top like share with your audience.
Stream this to your audience. Okay, can I do that?
Yes.
So will it pull up your cover art?
What?
Will it pull up cover art too?
Yes, it's gonna pull up what we have. What we said.
Okay, let's see how this works.
You never done that?
I've never. Well, when me and the kid, now I gotta make a title.
Send her
I gotta make a title. I'm not doing that. A title, description. I'm gonna stay over here with this.
I'm done.
That's a lot to do.
I'm done. Well, yeah. Once you put it in there, once you put it in there,
I do want to do it. I want to do it to see how it works. I've never done this before.
And then it'll be up there all the time.
Keep talking. I'm gonna try. I've never done this before.
Princess say you have to have a thumbnail, but I already have a thumbnail for it. So
how do you make it do that?
You have to email it to me. See, that's too much. I ain't doing that.
I'm sending you the thumbnail right now.
To my email?
I'm sending it to your text message.
No, send it to my. If you're not to my email, I'm not doing it because I gotta send it from my phone to the text message to my phone to my email. I ain't doing all that.
I mean, but you can upload your own, but
later on. You know what? I can do it later on. I'm gonna just try it right now just to see how it works.
Just share it to your audience so you can get the streams and make the money. I've sent it to the thumbnail in a text message, but I'll send it after this live because if I have to do that right now when I've been drinking, it ain't gonna be good.
And I'm been drinking too, and I'm stumbling my words and everything. Like, who's gonna be able to do this right now?
Whatever. Just share it to your audience. This sounds like one of our phone calls. Oh my God!
I just came here to have fun, and that's it.
I can't do anything right now.
Can we get to the point where Simon was supposed to love me?
My thumb is up. Oh, boom! But that's not the.
Somebody send you a thumbs up.
No, Princess.
Barnett, Kenny, we are.
Oh, so now I messed up something. Okay, here we go.
I said I wasn't getting up here like this anymore. This is your fault. This is yeah.
It is because this
I wasn't going live, and then you want to.
It was my idea. I said, let's do this.
Your fault.
I'm gonna just put Porsha as the title. I do the whole shit.
I
Whoa, you have to do all
I have
that?
not been drinking watermelon, but Catherine, I need to get with you. Are you still making your juices, boo? Because I need some. If you are,
That's a lot.
shout out to our girl Catherine Latrice, the queen. She make the infused juices. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. Hit her up if you want to be infused. Also, we want to make sure you are liking, subscribing, and commenting on all pages. All interaction is good interaction. More balloons on Barb page, yes. And make sure you share with your people.
Thanks, Princess.
And all of that. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like, this is the most I've been on, I know, in a while. We are definitely getting back started with our World of Reads. Like, this was my way to get back started. Definitely.
I've been on, so hopefully I see
my sister been on. She been on and been harassing me to be on. I just haven't been on, along with Too Feisty, who has been harassing me to be on. So let's get to, I just want to talk about it. I don't know if you have the article for it or not.
I can't even.
Catherine.
Let's just do it.
Catherine, girl, slow down.
Wait, whoa.
Slow down, little Rico.
I mean, I like rings. So.
Okay, so am I live now? I don't know.
You are on your channel, yes.
Use another ring.
Slow down, little red Corvette. You're not about to come for my sister because I have a brother-in-law.
I wear size 6.5.
Why are you saying? Yes, I just got the notification. So Debonair is live. You're live on your channel.
But I can't make a cover art.
I just sent you. Oh, text me your email so I can send it to you.
I'm gonna just put this picture of Porsha up until I can change it later.
Porsha, are they outside?
Catherine, I have a brother-in-law that I love dearly.
He sleep.
I know he sleep, but I'm just saying, you will not take his place at all. Slow down on my sister Catherine, because my brother-in-law ain't playing, and I'm 10 toes down behind my brother-in-law. I'm sorry, like I just can't. I love my brother-in-law.
Who, me?
What Feisty said.
You are not my brother-in-law. You are my brother. Her husband is our brother-in-law. What are you talking about?
What?
We got that mac and cheese cook off. Where's Cutie?
Y'all be so afraid of that cook off, and like, to be honest, I just understand who's gonna win.
I'm ready to eat. That's all I know.
And y'all are so afraid of that cook off, and to be honest, like, I just
my clipboard. See, there she is. I'm ready. I've tasted everybody's but yours so far. So
who, mine?
Yeah, obviously I tasted my husband.
They didn't let me cook nothing when we came, so that's not my fault.
Huh?
They didn't let me. They didn't let me make it.
It's fine. I'll come down there.
Oh, but Nola, you had it though.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Where's my screen at? Let me see what your face looked like.
I had what?
My macaroni and cheese.
It was good, but I ain't eat that much of it.
Never mind.
I ain't eat that much of it because, listen, all right, I gotta be honest.
Oh, look what Cutie said.
Pause from the Porsha.
Cutie had it too.
She said you ain't miss. She told me I wasn't missing nothing by not tasting yours.
Pause from the Porsha.
That's because she should.
So me, Cutie, and Busy was in the kitchen cooking. Busy was making drinks for the guests at your party.
But I made the macaroni and cheese though.
You definitely did. However,
here we go.
it was good.
Here we go.
It was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good, but what I am saying is, when Cutie was turning her back, I was taking wings, so I didn't get as much macaroni. I was still in the wings, girl. You know, black
people. We was all still in wings.
We're going to kitchen. Listen, Cutie makes some amazing ass wings.
You're frying chicken.
Now, one thing
she was frying it. It was fresh out the grease.
You have to.
I was making the shrimp and grits, which grits you got to eat hot. Shrimp. It doesn't take that long.
I like my chicken hot. That was my dish. I wanted like right out the grease. Like,
girl, if you would have been at the party, you know what I'm saying? Like me and Busy was in the kitchen and we was like Busy was making the waffles, but we was still in the chicken.
Busy was
Don't
pouring
do Busy.
waffle mix into
I'm
a
trying
waffle
to get to the
iron.
table already. Like
he was making waffles with a waffle iron,
Busy
and we're not going to diminish him
Busy
making.
didn't cook a mother thing.
First of all,
pour waffle mix into a waffle iron. That was it.
Hold up. We're not gonna do Busy like that. It was waffle mix in a waffle iron that he made his waffles with, but he made them with tender love and care for your birthday. And Busy was also making drinks for the people who was in attendance at the gathering.
He was. It wasn't with a good attitude what he did. Right.
It was.
It wasn't.
Did you have your mimosas?
We argued about it.
Did you make your mimosas?
I couldn't even make them.
Or your grapes? Or wait, was it the grapes that you make?
The mimosas.
He does make the grapes and the mimosas.
You didn't make them?
He didn't have. I didn't have
time.
Oh, I get it. That happens. So I will just do it again. So I go to the gym so I could just eat all the food.
Why couldn't I find a picture to put up with it for this?
Hi.
I'll do this later. Listen, I'm live. That's it.
And we live.
So I'm live on my page too.
Yeah, I see it.
I was trying to put a
These are your people commenting.
Who? And not my Mac was all right. Make it better. Sorry, bro. Cutie.
Yeah. Huh?
I know you're lying.
Who's Seth?
Cutie said that. Scroll down to the last two comments.
Seth? Huh?
Cutie said his Mac was all right. Make it better. Sorry, bro.
Cutie's was good.
Lying. She's lying.
Cutie's was good. I had several plates.
But Cutie,
I'm gonna have to be honest. I went to Cutie's for Thanksgiving.
Yep. I didn't get to
better than mine.
I had the flu.
What she made was definitely better, bro. I'm sorry. It was amazing.
So now you know what's gonna happen.
I mean, but in fairness, I had yours in September. I had hers in November.
Set a date. Because what we're not gonna do is play on my top. Like we're not gonna do that.
Just let me know when to bring the mister.
We're not gonna play on my top. Like
he's always down to mix macaroni and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm just there to taste it. So I
just want to taste. I'm not entering in the competition
at all.
When I had her macaroni, bro.
But you are up here talking about whose was better though.
I haven't had to make macaroni.
I had hers, and then I had hers, and hers was definitely amazing.
I feel disrespected.
I haven't made macaroni and cheese in so many years.
I'm gonna say that you were rushing because you were trying to make your macaroni and get ready for your party,
and y'all knew that. But still, it wasn't all right.
I'm not gonna say it was all right. It was good, but hers was delicious. Like it was just like I literally watched.
You were at a Thanksgiving dinner.
I would be offended.
I'm very offended.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm being honest.
Like I'm about to log. Oh.
Brutally honest.
I'm sorry. Anyway, back to Porsha.
No, let's stay on this macaroni and cheese real quick because the thing is
why did I bring this up?
I was rushing. There was a lot going on, and I was getting beat up from so many different ways. Not from Nola or from California Cutie, but the other person that was there. I was getting gut punched the entire time. While trying to get ready for my birthday, making this macaroni and cheese. It was a lot going on.
That's why I should have been there to be the neutral party. And
you should have. It was a lot going on. And it was so unfair for me.
I'm sorry. You needed Gemini energy around you. I get it.
And but the crazy part is that my coworkers still talk about the food that was there to this day.
Really?
Yes.
But they talk about the most.
Maybe they don't cook a lot at home.
What they talking about the most?
No. My coworkers cook.
Oh, well then it was good food then.
Yes.
That's a compliment to everybody who prepared
it. To be honest, like everybody really did a really good job. at my birthday that cooked. They did.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're like competing on who made the better food. But to be honest, like everything was really good.
But what they want the most?
The macaroni and cheese.
You a lie.
It was definitely the chicken. It was
the say the chicken. Like y'all are gonna.
The chicken was delicious.
The chicken was.
Wait. Let me address Mother. Let me address Mother in the comments. Mother, it was not like that. It was Cutie was going to see her daughter.
No. That's not what it was. What it was everybody surprised me for my birthday.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I did not know.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't know who was coming. I thought Nola was coming to visit me because I visited her for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so from that, we were having conversations. Busy heard it. I won't say Shy's out. Cutie heard it. And that's why that all happened. It wasn't like an invitation because I wasn't going to do anything for my birthday at all. But it was just a surprise that you guys all came. And then also because me and Nola's mom are cool.
Yeah. So I really hate me coming for Deb's birthday under the guise of, oh, okay, that's when you're doing your birthday. I'm going to go see my mom. Yeah. And so I hit up Cutie on some, I'm going to go and see my mom this weekend. And she was like, oh, I got my tickets to go see my daughter. And that's what it was. Like, it wasn't Deb had a party and invited us, and didn't invite nobody. It just kind of
perfectly aligned.
Yeah, it kind of perfectly aligned. And let me just say this. Nobody would have wanted to be there with me and Cutie. I was not the best of drivers. We missed Deb exit about 4 times. We went around because I am not a good follower of the GPS. It was horrible. But back to Project Pigeon Porsha.
Yes, back to that. Well, we did. Well, and we did have a good time though. But go ahead.
Porsha.
Well, you know, I'm like the Porsha of the group. You know, so.
Are you saying you're the horror of the group?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, if it's just based on that, then you got it. I'm good. I didn't know what parameters we were talking.
I might be.
Yeah, this is why we gotta do the Mount Rushmore.
That's why I don't really have that many issues with Porsha, because I kind of get it.
So you go for her foolishness.
I like her when she's not being like this.
When is she not?
That's why I haven't been liking her that much. You can't be a self-sabotager like that. It's not nice to watch.
Can we just say this? I really want to get to this part. I've been waiting for this part for a long time.
Sorry to throw you off track.
She came out with that post talking about Simon was supposed to protect PJ.
Yeah.
And her.
All right.
I'm fucking confused because don't PJ have 2 parents? The people who are supposed to be protecting PJ are you and Dennis. But you tried to sit your ragged ass at that motherfucking table and act like Dennis wasn't doing nothing for PJ when Dennis said it ain't no shortage of paper across the motherfucking table. So what is you talking about? Because you was trying to play him for the motherfucking cameras. You ain't post shit of Dennis. You act like Dennis was an angel. Prior to being with Simon, Dennis was a good parent. Y'all had good co-parenting. He was at this, that, and the third. Then when you get a man because you want to try to make him feel some type of way, you act like this man wasn't a good daddy. Now listen, niggas be out here being shit. And for the niggas who ain't out here being shit, I don't give a fuck. Do what you gotta do. Expose them. Do whatever. But we're not about to sit up here and act like we ain't constantly see this man posting with his daughter, his mama posting with his daughter, this, that, and the third. But you wanted to sit up here because you was with Simon, city boy Simon, slick Simon, you know what I'm saying? And act like that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. So that's what you tried to do. Down to fighting your motherfucking mama. Girl, bitch, let me tell you one motherfucking thing. You were supposed to protect your motherfucking daughter. There is no way. There should be now a picture of her sitting in Simon's lap. Let me tell y'all something.
But that was her husband.
Hold up. I'm not done. Hold up. Because this not even for just Porsha. Y'all need to stop getting with these men, letting y'all daughters sit in their lap. Now, I'm 39. I'll be 40 next month, May 14th. Yes, I grew
What
up
up
under
to
the
40?
old school way. I am an 80s baby. But let me that's next month. But let me tell you one thing. I am an 80s baby, but there's one thing I believe. Don't let your daughter sit up in these man motherfucking lap. My daughters have a daddy. They ain't set up in their daddy's lap past a baby stage. Get your child out that man lap. And then for him to put up a post and say, when I need to get in touch with Porsha, I send her a picture like this with your daughter in his motherfucking lap. But you should have been called the Goonies on his ass. Let's be clear. Wasn't nobody supposed to protect PJ but you? And protecting PJ was not marrying that man, moving in with that man, getting a house with that man before you knew who the fuck he was. You should have made sure his immigration status, his scamming status, his bank status, his bank accounts. You should have made sure he wasn't a Legiana and all that before you married him when you bringing a child into this damn situation. That's why I call you PPP, Project Pigeon Porsha, because your ass is a project pigeon with that bullshit. And these people can go up for you. They can love you as much as they want to love you. You can play like you a ditch. You can play like you a motherfucking fool. And if Mama Storm ain't taught you no better with y'all matching BBLs, her ass need to go sit the fuck down somewhere too. That's absolutely ridiculous. Because if you was my daughter and you met this man, you went to this man's house to swim and talk to his wife, and we went on commercial break, and you jumped out the pool and your ass was engaged, I tell you, you gonna do that bullshit on your own, and I'd have sued your ass for goddamn custody of my grandchild, because you could do all of this bullshit that you want, but you ain't about to have it in front of your baby. No, ain't no way in hell. Porsha was out of line for that. Period. I don't care if you want to say you and Fallon was just friends. Y'all wasn't friends. Y'all was just co-workers. Co-workers or not, you walked into that lady's house one way. You walked into that lady's house single and left out engaged to her motherfucking husband. You out of line. And y'all can go up for it because y'all like Porsha. She talk about love wins, be his peace, and then the next week you file for divorce. Bitch, be his peace or be his deportation record. Fuck out of here.
That might mean love to her.
Who love her?
That might mean love to her. Listen, give me your money, and then
he ain't had no fucking money. All she had to do was go talk to Tisa Tales, and she would have known he ain't had no money.
Hear what I'm saying.
Ranting, are you in the chat?
Hear what I'm saying.
Ranting, are you in the chat? Ranting, if you're in the chat, please. Please, because it was a nigga wanted to holler at me. That nigga gave me his first and last motherfucking name, and I sent it to Ranting. Look this bitch up. It came back. He had a conviction. Guess what? I'm still motherfucking single in real life.
But then that man that she wanted to have a baby with have a record on him too.
What?
Then the man that she wanted to have the baby with, that she's trying to get the sperm from.
Baby nuptials. Well, look,
he had a record too, right?
Into the baby nuptial man.
Huh?
I ain't looked into the baby nuptial man.
But he had a record on him too. And then also the man that she had married, he might have had a record, but he had allegations about him being a homosexual who likes transsexual women. So Porsha's not new to scandal.
I mean, who's to say that any of that stuff wasn't like altered or falsified? He obviously presented himself one way and made it look, I guess, believable for so long in certain regards. So I don't know. I'm not saying that she is free of or absolved of everything in the situation. Of course not. But at the same time, I'm assuming he was convincing enough. She's not that hard to convince.
Was he convincing or was she convincing?
What do you mean?
Who came onto who in this situation? Because I don't feel like it was fine, man.
She admitted that she slid into his DM, but here's the part.
It wasn't him.
Here's the part that gets me.
But I mean, he's not going to make himself. Obviously, once she slid in the DMs, then he's not going to lead with all the bullshit. He led with, I mean, it was technically still bullshit, but I'm sure he wasn't going to tell her this right off the bat, so I guess he told her something that kind of sounded regular enough, I guess.
To me, I feel like he didn't have to do any of these things because she was watching him from afar already.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that he was married to Fallon, allegedly. And do you have your allegedly banner up? Because I don't want to say nothing I'm gonna get in trouble for. But she knew they was married to Fallon already. So she knew what Simon was about because she was friends with Fallon. So anything that happened with Fallon, maybe she didn't explain the whole legal battles or things like that, or even the green card, but the relationship by itself, she probably already knew that because Fallon had to say that to her. And then she married this man for how many years?
15 months.
15 for let's say, okay, 15 months. And all of a sudden, now you got to jump ship. Porsha has her own problems.
Yes.
Right?
Definitely.
And Simon is not the only person in the situation that's the problem. Now, Porsha might need a green card, but she might have needed some green paper.
Yeah.
She had her own.
She married the man to get the green paper.
She literally had her own. You could go get the Lala hair, the Lala wigs by Porsha, Pepper by Porsha, the Lala sheets.
And she's selling something else right now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Porsha had her own streams of income. She's moving like somebody who didn't have their own streams of income when they did.
Yeah.
She's a self-sabotager. That's characteristically, that's how they act. Exhibit A.
Yeah, she was friends with Phaedra, and Phaedra threw her ass up underneath the bus for a paycheck. So we know Porsha's not that smart.
I just think that obviously he had a mask on to the whole world, I guess you would say.
Even if he had on a mask, it wouldn't matter for Porsha. Porsha's family matters. Porsha got this. She was supposed to be getting this man's house. Porsha got this man's money. Porsha is out for Porsha.
Yes.
Yeah, Porsha literally could give a frog's fat ass about any of this stuff because when it's all said and done, when do I cash my check? That's it.
She thought that she
thought she cashed in and she didn't.
Thought she lucked up this time, and that wasn't the case because he was presenting himself as though he was the luck, and that's being proven to be false.
And you know how you know that she thought that?
Mm.
She kept that house. Because she would not let herself lose that house because of the other gay man that she had married.
When she had to move in with her mom.
Because what's the gay man's name that she had married before?
Cordell,
yeah. Allegedly. But yeah, so she was like, I'm not gonna lose my shit again. I'm gonna find me somebody else. I mean, they all find Africans. And I mean, Simon he's not African, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. They all find Africans.
Yeah.
King got an African. Porsha got an African. Phaedra got an African somewhere. Everybody got Africans. So this is not no new news to none of us.
That's why Sheree be going over there all the time. Yeah.
Hey, one who cares, and Jay Esco.
Hi to everybody who just came in. The Princess of Thailandia knew exactly what she was doing, and I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him or her in this situation because it could have been totally avoidable. She could have just, because she had all of these things that she was going after, and him, he could have just been a more honest business person, and have his SHIT together as just a person. So I don't feel bad for either one of them. No.
I don't either. I think Porsha is I think that Kanye West may have said this the best. You know, I'm not a gold digger, but I ain't dealing with no broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I feel like that's a Porsha the storyline. He might have known Porsha and made the song about Porsha because that's a Porsha.
It's a past, present, future type song. Like
you know, and I also think that we're dealing with a person who, listen, that when can I cast the check? And that's all that she wanted to know. She done went over here to the Ultimate Girls Trip.
Mm-hmm.
She's had her own Family Matters. None of it has worked. And so now, because all this has been building up and Candy has left, let me see what I can get from Bravo again, up the stakes, and come back. Now, what I hope that she doesn't do is what Phaedra did over on Married to Medicine.
But
my come over here and give us nothing.
My point is this. She had all the negotiating power. When that season ended about the Bolo thing, and she said she wasn't coming back, we already knew by the time the reunion aired that she was with Simon. Mm-hmm. She had all of the buying power to come back. Mm-hmm. At that point, and ask for whatever it was that she wanted. She didn't want to face the heat of it.
That's what I think.
That's what I thought at that time. And then also because she's
on a cast with Kenya Moore, and Kenya Moore would have dragged the shit out of her.
And I hope Kenya Moore dragged the shit out of her this season.
I can't wait.
No. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Someone's gonna come at her, but I don't think it's gonna be Kenya.
Why?
I just feel like, especially now with Kenya, with
if Kenya doesn't take the opportunity to boost the ratings by drilling the shit out of her,
I think
cancel the show.
I agree with Barb. So I agree with Barb. Ever since Kenya has had her baby. And now that her baby is like actually old enough to be playing with a pad and this, that, and the third, Kenya has taken an abrupt U-turn. No. And I'm not saying Kenya's wrong for it, right? She's taken an abrupt U-turn to how she wants to appear on TV because she is highly conscious, in my opinion, in the last few seasons of what Brooklyn's going to see. Not only that, we as the audience, we tired of seeing Kenya and Porsha go at it. What I would have loved to see, had she came on and not did all of this extra ass shit because she had a peach, I would have loved to see Marlo drag her ass. But unfortunately, when Marlo got her peach,
she fumbled it.
We went up for Marlo and getting a peach and what she was giving as friend of. And she should have stayed in that same template. And she didn't. She did too much as a housewife. Because she had a peach.
And she wasn't a wife.
And she's
never been a wife.
I feel like Marlo would have been the one to drag her. And rightfully so, but that's just my opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link if anybody want to come up and give their.
Can I give my opinion? I don't think that that's true. I think that they need the ratings for this show. There's no way possible that Kenya would let Porsha come back onto this show. That's almost like Phaedra going over to Married to Medicine, and they all call Phaedra boring because they couldn't talk about Apollo. I mean, they could talk about Phaedra and Candy. Mm-hmm. Housewives of Atlanta can't afford for Porsha to come back to Housewives of Atlanta and not talk about this stuff. And no one on the show can talk about it but Kenya. And the reason why is because the way that Kenya's going to talk about it is going to give the ratings.
I see what you're getting at, but like Nola said, the half of what Nola said, I feel like is the reason Kenya's in a different space, yada, yada, yada. And also, again, it's also...
She's also admitted that she's admitted that she's been bored with the show because she has no one to start with.
No. So you have that aspect of it. And then it's also for the fact that Porsha and Kenya, like without, I feel like that Candy dynamic, or we don't know who else is going to be on the cast, right? Allegedly, whatever. So they kind of need to stay on even footing, I would say, just because we all know that, you know, there's that whole aspect of these types of shows. And if they don't stay on good footing, then they could be, you know, I hate to say outnumbered because I don't want to look at it as a game, but yeah, then it would be out of balance if something popped off.
I think from what we've seen from allegedly who's going to be on the cast when it comes to Sheree, Porsha, Kenya, let's just say those three, that dynamic is already going to be confusing and chaotic. For me, I don't see Kenya missing the opportunity to boost the ratings because Kenya goes to work. She doesn't come there to just have a good old time. She comes to work.
Yeah.
There's no way possible the Kenya is not going to bring up this and like troll the fuck out of Porsha. I don't see it. I don't see it happening.
I don't even want to see that anymore, even if it was to happen. But I really just don't think that that's the angle she's going to try to approach it in. I feel like hopefully she's just going to focus on her freaking hair spa and maybe something else will pop off. But I'm hoping that that's not what we see because I'm over that era. Exactly what Harold's saying.
I'm sorry, I had my mic on mute. I was saying I agree with you, babe. I think they can carry it as a duo, and I don't think we need two OGs. Like, I don't want to come back and see a Kenya and Porsha. Well, like, we've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
That's like when Karen and Giselle are at odds.
I don't want to.
I don't want to give that to Giselle. To Giselle, but yeah,
I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I feel like I would like to see, because they're OGs, them be on the same side, but I would also like to see Kenya like in a private conversation, not necessarily a group conversation, pull a tailcoat.
Yeah, I would want that to be a one-on-one.
Like as a one-on-one situation, be like, Porsha, girl, you know I'm here for you, but look, girl. Like, this is what I would like to see. I would like to see Porsha and Kenya sitting down. I'll be like, Kenya be like, hey, y'all, what we drinking? Because y'all know that's how Porsha be. And Kenya be like, girl, we drinking water because we need to have a real conversation. And Porsha be like, girl, no, I need the Hennessy. And it's like, all right, girl, well, just toast it up. And then I would like to see Kenya say, nah, girl. Nah, I know you ain't come back, but really and truthfully, you can say what you want to say as castmates, but castmates, we in each other's house, we do these things. Like, you literally went out with Fallon, you and her and her sister outside of casting, because we got the pictures to prove that. It wasn't right, Porsha. Like, that was against girl code, but I would like that to be a one-on-one conversation, not a everybody dogpiling on Porsha conversation, but like from one OG to another OG, like pulling her coattail. I would like to see that, and then they can have their conversation. Porsha say whatever she gonna say to vindicate why she made the reason that she made, or to justify the reason that she did what she did, and that's what it is, and they go on. I don't want to see Kenya and Porsha fighting. I don't want to see OGs fighting OGs in this.
I don't feel like it's fighting. I feel like they're sparring. And I think that with reality television, like, we need to see spars. That's the reason why reality television works for, like, people like to watch it, because think about like a Kenya and a Nene. Like, I never felt like they were arguing. Like, they just spar with each other. Like, they go back and forth. But there was like a little bit of love there with each other, because, and even with Porsha and Nene, it was like big sis, little sis. They were just sparring with each other. I don't want to come on with a kumbaya season when Porsha comes back. I don't. I would turn that shit up so fast.
I hope they do what Nola said and have a one-on-one where she keeps it 100% real with her and tells her,
like maybe towards the end of the season, not at the very beginning. Because are they gonna be friends?
We don't. Okay, I'm not banking all on this dynamic on the show. I'm hoping that everybody else on that show pulls their own weight, first of all, and has some stuff going on in their own lives as well, that we don't have to just put all the emphasis on this. But obviously we're talking about this because this is the topic of the night. No, I'm hoping it's a one-on-one early on, and the rest of the girls can come at her. I don't care about that, but I just don't want it to be Kenya.
Hypothetical would be if Shamia came on there, Kenya would read her ass for filth, and she would never come up.
They're actually, we saw her last season, right? When wasn't it Candy, Shamia, and Kenya over at her house? They're cool. They're like, she's like
But the thing is that Kenya comes to go to work.
Yes.
So she needs to be able to work. If her and Shamia are friends, I can't see that. If Porsha comes back, they have to spar for that season to be elevated. And then look at the fact that we're looking at, so I don't know if you guys have been watching like Carlos King's interviews. They were talking about Married to Medicine and how they have like their ratings have spiked.
Okay.
The reason why is because Sweet Tea came. And so they're sparring because they were mad at Quad. Then there was Sweet Tea, who was Quad's ex-husband.
We're not about to do soggy bag tea, please.
But no. But hear what I'm saying. I'm bringing this to the point back to Atlanta.
Can get back to it on a good foot. It's for the high, for those, but for the high, because I'm the type of person that always looks at the top. I think it's easy for people to look at the cast because we see them so much that we want to hold them responsible. Yes, they are 50% responsible with how they deliver their scenes and deliver their storylines. But I think another 50% has to go to the higher ups, which is Bravo. And the only way that Bravo can really like keep some level of stability with their network is to take a step back and look at, okay, so what is y'all bigger picture? Or the only thing you got that's really going pretty good for y'all is Married to Medicine. Real Housewives of Potomac is in hell, for all I know. And Real Housewives in Atlanta is on the verge of going to hell. So you guys have, so the people over there, production, the owners have to take a step back and look at, okay, we need to look at what is the bigger picture in all of this? How can we, because it's all about bridging the audiences, bridging the millennials who has been here since season 1 of Each Different Shows, and also trying to garner new audiences, like the new generation, Gen Z for the most part. So you have to find a way to bridge in two audiences to where both sides can really enjoy the show. And the only way that y'all can do that is give the millennials the nostalgia that they wanted as far as the old cast, but also find a way to bring in some new cast. And I think they're going to have to start branching out to other cities in order to get them on the show. Because people within the city, like case in point, Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's going to be hard for people to find new castmates within that city because they don't want to fuck up their money. Like people, I'm sure they make a lot of money in Atlanta, whatever type of entrepreneurship that they do, and they don't want to jeopardize that by coming onto a reality show where they are expected to give their storylines in their personal lives when they probably are not in a place to feel comfortable with that. So you may have to step outside of they probably may have to want to step outside their comfort zone and say, okay, we may have to look at some other cities and bring them over here in order for us to, get a good foot off with the ratings and everything else.
But if you're a cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta, would you want them to be looking at other casts or looking at your cast?
I think, well, at this point, what cast do they have? You got Kenya, who is a veteran. Candy's gone. Porsha's coming back, and I know they're gonna want Porsha to talk about the Simon situation, but I think it's best for her to protect herself by not talking about it. Because what if she is intertwined with the whole, the visa situation and her having some knowledge of him not being who he was? What if she's tied in some legality situation? That could put her in more harm's way. If she talks about it on the show, that could put her in more harm's way to be in further legal trouble. So it is best for her to just if she could talk about everything else, but as far as Simon, she has to be legally protected into not saying too much without jeopardizing her freedom.
But my question is this. So, and I hear what you're saying, but when you look at like the past episodes of Real Housewives of Atlanta, or look at Married to Medicine, like they, or even Potomac, like they've had a steady cast of women on the show. It's been consistent,
Yeah.
and yes, it has gotten boring.
It's like
But
one of the
also, you have your main people who spar, and they spar very well, and not to the point where like they hate each other, but to the point where like it's good because like you'll see Karen and you'll see Giselle spar with each other very well, but then like halfway through they were like, but we still love each other and we're friends and apologize. I don't see Kenya and Porsha doing that, but what I do see is Kenya and Porsha sparring to the point where it does drive up the ratings. And I think that when they bring Porsha back, they're going to put that in her clause. Like, listen, if you're going to come back, we need this. We need this. And I think they would learn that lesson from Phaedra going over to Married to Medicine because she gave us nothing over on Married to Medicine. Porsha and Kenya are the best sparring partners that they could have on Atlanta right now with Porsha coming back, especially with all the things that Porsha has going on and with Kenya, because Portia's going through this thing with this marriage that she's got with this lady whose man she stole. And then you have Kenya, who Mark and her can't even get a damn divorce. So the sparring between them two will be amazing to watch, but it also will drive up the rating for the show because it's content for the show. Now, at the end, can they make up? Absolutely. But starting off, if they come off Kumbaya, I'm turning that shit off immediately.
The thing about right, the thing is about the sparring. Like I like I said, I don't watch too much reality TV, but I've seen enough to know that in order to spar, you have to be creative with your sparring. You have to be creative with your diss and your disses. People like let's keep it a buck. The cats that you are talking about, like Married to Medicine, medicine is ensemble with older generation, older people who are in their 40s and their 50s that come from a generation of, like I said before, like I said when I was in your lab the last time, it's about respectability politics as far as how do you present yourself in a certain way, and how do you shift and move and adapt in a room full of cats who are in the same occupation as you and who made the same wealth bracket as you. So in order, like you said, for them to you want sparring, yes, but you have to be creative with the sparring. And so that's why you have to be creative. You have to be witful. You have to be like charming with this sparring. You have to be so far beyond, like with Kenya, Gone with the Wind. I'm fabulous. That was wit. That was charming. That was creative. You need something creative. People nowadays are lazy with their sparring because, for one, we live in a social media climate where people take pride in how
But
they
to
are
me,
perceived.
but that's a good point because with Porsha and Kenya, you don't have boring sparring though.
Right.
Like Kenya and Porsha spar very well. They're almost like Nene and Kenya, or even Nene and Porsha. Like they spar very well together. So for me, like when she's coming back, it's fair game, and I also think that, and I got I'm about to stop. I feel like when it comes to the two of them, they could drive this show, the ratings back up if they spar the way that they should spar. Right. Hey, young Rich.
Hi.
We're not about to bring Nene into this.
Who?
We're not about to bring Nene into this.
No, I'm not bringing Nene in. I'm saying because Nene spars well with these people. But
Nene was the best to ever do it.
She was creative with her sparring and her read.
Oh, come on, Mother Biscuit.
The issue is put to place.
Mother Biscuit, why you ain't click the link? Mother Biscuit, you ain't got it.
But to me, that's what sets Kenya off the spar very well with her, though.
But didn't Kenya have a track record of also playing victim as well? So how could she be mad about something bad? Because I've always read.
What has Kenya playing the victim?
I don't know. Wasn't it with the Apollo? Right, with the Apollo situation, wasn't it with the whole Apollo trying to flirt with Kenya?
What did you say? Wow, I missed what you said. What did you say?
Apollo.
With the Apollo situation, no, it was always about proving proving Apollo to be the liar that he was.
And then he
Proven
also
out to be, and
that
he had
lied.
to admit that he lied on Kenya.
Yeah.
Kenya never did none of the things that he said that he accused her of.
The most Kenya did was say that he was fine, and that when she's like, he's fine in that confessional.
Well, the biscuit, click the link.
Mhm. But I would say this, like we said before, like I agree, the sparring should go up. Like having them two sparring will go up. But like I said before, you need to find also some. But you need to also, I think, with the problem with the old cat, they don't know how to connect with the new generation. Because you never know who is watching at the end. You don't know if the new generation is turning on their TV or streaming on their social media and seeing clips of Real Housewives of Atlanta or Married to Medicine. So you may never know who is watching. So in order for them to spar, they have to spar to where it will connect with the audience. That it will be something that they will say in real time. The problem is, like I said, people are getting lazy with their sparring and their reads because one, we live in an age of digital era of social media. People care a lot about what it is, how they come across, what they will say, and we know that people are quick to drag somebody within a second the minute they say something out of line. Because it's like nowadays you can't even say use a different vocabulary. You can't even use a regular vocabulary without getting in trouble. So I feel like at the end of the day, they have to also be strategic with their sparring. They can't just fly out their hand or say whatever it is they want to say and thinking that people are going to embrace it. So you have to be strategic, witful, and charming, and with your sparring and your read, in order for the audience to be engageful. And then if you have that, then it will drive up the ratings. You can't be lazy, and you can't water down your shit in order for you to stay on the show. That just won't work.
Can you pull up Young Rich's comment for me, please?
Real Housewives needs a new
So-
villain. Porsha can't be the only one working. Right.
Please let somebody else do it. Like nobody.
Well, but wait, hold on.
Wait, let me finish. To your point, DeQuasia, that's a lot. That's something that can be applied to several shows that are on these networks today, where there's a disconnect. Like their target audience, there's a disconnect there. So I get what you're saying with that, but at the same time, to just like this comment says, we need a new villain besides Porsha. Like I just don't want to see that. I think it's unnecessary. Have somebody else do it.
But Porsha's not the villain. Kenya is the villain. Kenya is the villain of Housewives of Atlanta. The thing is this: you have to know how to play your role and play your cards when it comes to this. This is why we're looking at Potomac, where Candace is leaving, and people are saying the show's not going to be shit next season because they're losing their villain of the show.
Okay.
Kenya is always going to be the villain until Kenya leaves Atlanta. She's always going to be the villain of Atlanta. Period. The thing is that she doesn't have, and even look at the way that they spar on Potomac versus Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Candace, the way that Candace and them spar versus, let's talk about Potomac. So the way Candace spars, they hate her. She's her mouth is horrible. They don't like her. Blah blah. And I was the person who was the same way. But then you go to Atlanta. Kenya does it so well. For me, this is my own personal opinion. You don't have to believe this. Mm-hmm. But Kenya does it so well where I would never say the things that they say about Candace about Kenya. Kenya, she literally said it on her own mouth. She said, "I'm bored. I don't have anyone to spar with," because she hasn't. Last season, who could she spar with? Marlo. Marlo goes down into the gutter. Like it's not even sparring. It's like disrespectful.
Yeah.
But Kenya does it in a way where it's just like, I'm gonna come into your shit and say, Kenya more hair care. Or I'm gonna say like Kenya doesn't go below the belt. She just gives you content. So when you get Porsha also doesn't go that low, where she doesn't really disrespect what she did with that whole Candy and Faith thing. But then when she realized that what she said, she felt bad about it. You can tell she felt bad about it. Kenya and Porsha are the best sparring people outside of Kenya, and I'm about to get out of here in a minute, Nola. Outside of Kenya and Nene, are the best sparring people on reality television on Bravo.
Bring somebody new.
Okay.
Who can spar with Kenya?
So let me say this.
Fair.
Let me say this because you brought up Candace. This wasn't even for this live, but since you brought it up, I'm gonna go there. Why do we continuously act like when we discuss Candace, we don't act like she's commenting in response?
Well, that's why bars.
Why do we do that?
Because
there is nobody, nowhere, no face, no shape, no how, where Candace is not on the response to what people are doing to her. Let's be clear about that. That's number one. Number two, there has never been anybody, and I know this, without giving names, without giving sources, right? I know for a fact that Chris lost a lot of jobs based on the accusations that Giselle made. And it wasn't even that he was found out. I mean, it didn't go to court, so it wasn't like found out guilty or whatever, but it's the look of the impropriety that stopped him from getting jobs and things like that. So we're not going to act like what Giselle did was right and that Candace is so wrong. We're not going to act like the bar didn't push back. We're not gonna act like
that's not what I was saying.
Giselle ain't
like, who said this? Like,
that's not what I was saying.
Talking about that.
Yeah, that's not what I was saying.
No, but what I'm saying is it's
you're right at what you're right what you're
what
saying.
I'm saying is we
No, you're right at what you're saying.
What I'm saying is the moral compass shifts.
But we're talking about the show.
I think what Nola is saying,
about
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the moral compass shift, right? Like it shifts from RHOA to RHOP to RH.
I'm about to pull a Nene on you. What you're saying, you're right. We're saying you're right. You're right.
What I'm saying is it does not matter. It shifts from New Jersey to Atlanta to wherever to the Vanderpump Rules.
And yeah, that's
and
true.
I feel like morally, the issue
let's not get off
is that the moral code shifts.
But let's not get off track.
Well, here's what she's saying. Here's what she's saying. Hold on.
Wait. Nola, what you're saying is absolutely right. We're talking about the show and people sparring and being disrespectful and dragging down the show is two different things.
I want good sparring, but the fact of the matter is there's no way to come at Porsha. Honestly speaking, there's no way to come at Porsha above the belt. There's no way to come at her.
I don't think that's true.
Well,
I think Kenny does a very good job.
Problem in my chat.
Who's that?
Kenny.
Let me mute myself.
What Nola is saying is this, right? Yes, the morality. What she's saying is basically, if you're going to argue with somebody, have some tact about yourself. It's okay to talk about somebody's hair, somebody's weave, somebody's husband, what kind of car you have. You could talk about the basic shit in the world. Reads is based about simplicity and what you have in the present. When you go beyond the present and try to make accusations that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, that's not based on. It's not.
When has Kenya ever done that though?
Right. When I talk about the cast, we're talking about the societal.
Well, we're actually talking. That's what we're talking about is Kenya and Porsha. So outside of that, I don't.
Well, outside of that, yes. With Kenya and Porsha, the thing about it is it depends on the individual. It depends on the person. It depends on the spectrum of.
But we're talking about two professional people who are on reality television,
right?
Who know how to spar very well with each other.
Exactly.
Who won't get disrespectful. I mean, Porsha did drag Kenya across the stage, and she's fought a lot of people. But also, my thing was, let's take Porsha out of the equation. Kenya knows how to do it in a way where it's not to the point where we're like degrading someone.
Right, because she's been in the business for years. She's been in the business for a long time prior to the Housewives in Atlanta, so she understands the game of what to say and what not to say. She understands it. That's why she's professionals. That's why that's why like I get like when you that's why they need more professionals, like you said, on these reality shows that knows how to read, that knows how to stand their
Right.
ground. The problem is people's mouths are reckless. They can take it to the gutter. They won't take it to they'll take it to the head from your head to your shoes. It won't care. Okay, that's where it becomes like they trust me. They like for real. Like people have no problem saying whatever it is they want to say and will give two fucks about how you feel or how much you cry. So that's why when I say that they need to find somebody that is witful, that is smart, that's professional, like you say, about how they spar, how they read. So that way, like Kenya and Porsha, seasoned people who knows how to spar and talk in a tactful way to where they can do their reads and leave the scene. With people nowadays, it's hard for them to do that because we all like emotional creatures. So whatever it is, when somebody's disrespecting us, we will take it to the floor. We will take it to the ground, and we won't care. So that's why, in order for not just for all the shows across the board to get back to in good spot, they have to find somebody and vet them. They need to vet them. I don't know what's going on with Bravo to where with their vetting process, but they need to like work on that in order for them to really have a good season for each of their shows.
I think we're talking about two different things. I feel like y'all right, and
I don't know what we're talking about.
listen, I think that y'all are right about what you guys are saying, but for the content of the show, I think that Porsha and Kenya are the perfect people for this show. Period. I do think that people are disrespectful. I think because I brought Candace. I don't know if that's what it was, but
I think
that hold on real
I
quick.
think
I think that Kenya and Porsha have the capacity to really revive Atlanta together by themselves if they spar. Like, don't come in as friends at the beginning, because even Andy said on the reunion of Potomac, throughout the show, there's issues, but they also find a resolution. Porsha and Kenya have done this many of times on Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, again, on this season, because there's not a lot of pressure for them, they could do it. But also, we're going to have to travel down the road of Porsha and Simon. There's no way possible that no one can not bring Simon up. And for me, who else better to do it than Kenya? And yeah, there's going to be shade in that conversation. It might not be the nicest part, and Porsha might not like it, but I feel like towards the end of it, it could be a good show. And I think that they could have a resolution, because Porsha could also bring up the man that Kenya married and how long their divorce has been going on. Like, they have ammunition for each other. But to me, that's what's going to make this next season of Housewives of Atlanta. And if they do it right, to be honest, we're still going to forget the other people they bring onto the show. Because I've seen like the two other girls they're bringing. I can't even remember what their names are, and I probably won't remember them when they leave after this season is over with. The show's going to be about Kenya and Porsha.
I think we're all speaking from what we want to see happen ultimately.
Probably.
Literally probably do this all night. So I can't even say my response right now, because I know why you just said everything you said. I know where it's derived from. So, I mean, I respect what everybody's saying. It's going to be what it's going to be.
And I also respect what Nola said. I respect what Quisha said too as well. Like, I get it.
What about what I said?
Well, what do you expect?
I thought I said what you said too.
No.
Barb, what do you think? What do you think how Real Housewives of Atlanta should be approached? How do you think it should approach this season?
I think that when Porsha comes in, Porsha and Kenya need to come in hot together. Period. Because if they don't, we're not watching that. We're just not. Because that's almost like Phaedra coming in to Married to Medicine. We were all waiting for this great moment for Phaedra to shade me, which I never waited for, because I wasn't like Phaedra can't shade anybody. But they were waiting on this great ass moment for Phaedra to do something great, and she never did it. Porsha cannot come back and give what Phaedra gave on Married to Medicine.
No, she needs to bring it. Both of them individually from each other need to bring it, and everybody else they add to the mix. Everybody needs to bring it back.
But the reason why I'm saying Porsha is because she's coming back to the show. Like Phaedra came in.
There's an expectation, of course, but I want her to individually address it. I don't really need. The most I want to see, again, to Nola's point, is a one-on-one between like her and Kenya or something, or the other ladies. If they want to throw shots at her about it, that's fine too. But I don't want to see what you're saying.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I did not mean to take over. But
I've never taken the me and you were like speaking completely opposite. So I'm like, I know. Yeah, I don't want to see that. But.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But go ahead. Nola, you're
muted.
You're on
Wait,
mute.
Kenny's up here. Wait,
But Nola's saying something now.
She said,
you're muted.
Okay.
She said, I didn't realize I was muted.
I mean, I read your lips. I knew exactly.
That's why we couldn't hear you, because we kept talking because we couldn't hear you.
So here's my thing. I think we cannot compare, and this is just me. We can't compare Phaedra's return and Porsha's return.
I get where you're going though.
We can't compare because they are returning to two different platforms. Like, the fact of the matter is, Porsha's returning to the same platform. Regardless of who you get to come back, Porsha started out RHOA, and she's gonna end RHOA, and whatever happens in between, whatever. Phaedra started out RHOA, and everybody wanted Phaedra back, but let's be real about it. Like, can we?
Everybody did not.
No, I'm not gonna say everybody wanted her back. Let me rephrase. What we wanted to see, not necessarily that you wanted Phaedra back, but what we wanted to see was a candid conversation between Phaedra and Candy. That's what we wanted to see. What we were deprived of. It's not that necessarily that people wanted Phaedra back. It's that we want to see that conversation with her and Candy. So now Candy's gone. Phaedra over here married to Medicine. Project Pigeon Portion coming back. For me, I do want to see all of this play out on RHOA. However, it's going to be I need to see Porsha go ahead and go through it and deal with it. I don't want to see, for me, none of the new girls questioning Porsha about it. For me, they have no place. They have no honor. You just got here. Much like on Married to Medicine, where they was doing what they was doing with Quad, right? And they was sending her home. I felt like Alicia and Sweet Tea should have been dismissed prior to that, because you ain't been here for the long haul and a long struggle. And I just feel like, for me, when an OG wife go through something, I want to see OG wives deal with her with that. I don't want to see new people who don't know, who don't understand, who ain't been through it, and really you just trying to make a name off of the situation. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't care to see it. While I don't want to see Kenya and Porsha spar, like I said, I would like to see them have a conversation. But ultimately, we done got way off a track, because the conversation of this live was Porsha and his motherfucking divorce, and her letting her baby sitting on this man's lap.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
About that. Why ain't nobody talking about this little girl sitting on this man's lap who ain't her daddy?
Wait, now, I didn't see this. So what happened?
So there's a picture. Simon did a live, and he said, when Porsha doesn't answer the phone, this is how I sent her a video so she can answer. And it was with PJ on his lap.
With PJ on Simon's lap?
Yes!
I must have tuned in late, because I didn't hear.
Yes, that's what I want to talk about.
Now,
I don't give a
let me tell you something right now.
Why is this little girl sitting on this man's lap who ain't her daddy?
Because he wants to die.
That's what I want to talk about.
I would never in my life sign up for no shit like that. And I'm telling you, as a man, as a gay man, if I did have a damn baby and my baby was sitting on another man's lap that you done married for some money, we're going to have a lot of problems. And hopefully that I'm not beating that man's ass every time I see him on site.
That's what I'm talking about.
I ain't heard shit about that. And I must have
IG. He literally posted an IG that said, when Porsha don't answer her phone, this is what I sent her. And it was a picture of PJ sitting on his lap. Why are you sending her that? Like, why is that making her answer you?
What does that mean? Wait, what?
What does that mean? Like, let's be clear.
What?
When she was talking about Simon was supposed to be protecting her and PJ, she was supposed to be protecting PJ. I don't have not an ounce of sympathy, not an ounce of grace, not an ounce of empathy. Like, I don't got none of that for Porsha. Reason why I don't have it is because wasn't nobody supposed to protect your daughter, man, but you. Dennis is not an absent father. Dennis did his shit. Let's be clear. Because I don't want nobody to think I'm a Dennis like supporter or whatever. Dennis did his shit. But we have to learn to separate relationships. What Dennis did as far as a fuck up was in his relationship with him and Porsha. It had nothing to do with Dennis as a father, right? When you're in a relationship with somebody and y'all have kids, there is now another relationship. Y'all have y'all relationship, and then you have your relationship as parents. Blah, 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 blah. All of that, whatever. Letting your daughter sit
I would literally go down.
Letting your daughter sit on a man lap who ain't her dad. Let me tell you something.
I would go with Dennis to go.
There is nothing Deb, you can relate because you see my baby daddy in action in the ignorance, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Even still, that's their daddy. They ain't sitting on his lap, let alone sitting on somebody else's lap. We don't do that. That's raggedy. That's tragic. She toxic. That's fucked up. She had just met that man, moved in with that man, moved that man into her house, and let this man get this and third all around her daughter. Like, yo,
but wait,
I'm talking about the old people all we want, but it's got to be some standards that come back.
No, I'm trying to press what you're saying. So Simon sends Dennis a picture of the baby sitting on his lap.
It's not Dennis. He sent it to Porsha.
Oh,
hey, too feisty.
Hey, feisty.
Y'all still arguing?
He sent it to Porsha.
I just want to say prayers to the Guobadias. Prayers to the Guobadias.
Girl, fuck the Guobadias.
That is so hateful.
They ain't even their real fucking name. Find their real name.
That is so hateful.
Get the DNA ancestry kid.
They too feisty.
That is so hateful. I just want to pray for. I just want to pray for a black family. That's all I want to do.
Girl, pray for him. Pray for him and call Kim Burrell so we can go ahead on and house you and all the rest of the people that she housed of the Lizzie LGBTQ community. Get the fuck out of here.
Let God be true quickly.
Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. Y'all can say I'm old school. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me, but I am not for little girls sitting in men's lap.
But Nola, I don't think anybody told you they disagree with you about that. Nobody's disagreed. Nobody's disagreed with you about that. We all want PJ to get off that man's lap. We all want him to get off that man's lap.
Was Dennis a hoe? Dennis was a hoe. Was Dennis a cheat? Dennis was a cheat. But to make
Dennis have a good hot dog
daddy because you got somebody else, like, that's wrong.
He also had a good hot dog place.
Kenny, have you said anything yet?
Up her legs because he had hot dog meat.
Wait, Kenny, did you say your? I left the room. Did you say what you had to say?
Kenny didn't say anything.
You can go ahead.
I was waiting for y'all to go. Yeah, I was waiting for y'all to go.
Go ahead.
Kenny,
hey guys, hey
And
Nola,
Kenny
hey
probably
Barb,
has
hey
better
Deb.
insight on all this
hold
stuff
up,
because he's been
hold up.
cheating on everybody.
Before we go, Kenny, can you tell Harold hello?
Kenny, I'm yet
Absolutely.
praying for you.
Be
Kenny, I'm yet
quiet,
Absolutely
praying for
not.
you, my love.
Be
It's not
quiet,
happening.
feisty.
I am deep in prayer for you, Kenny.
I accept
My
your prayers,
heart and
Queen.
my sympathies go out so deeply for you. I
Amen.
know
Thank you.
the betrayal, the
Mm,
level of betrayal you feel. You
Kenny,
say it.
You mean the betrayal that he's given all of us? But go ahead.
All
Kenny,
right. I was gonna talk about the Oh, hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Nola, Barb, Deb, Quasia, Feisty. I was gonna talk about the
excuse me, is that the only people that's up here?
yeah. I said Barb, Nola, Deb,
you done
Quasia,
dogged them out
Feisty.
this whole life. Now you want a salutation.
Can you acknowledge
Right.
Harold and that we're gonna live in peace?
Who?
Can you acknowledge Harold that we're gonna live in peace?
Who is Harold?
Are you serious?
Oh my God.
That's my husband.
That's
I
not
need you to
valid.
acknowledge we're
That's not
gonna live
legal in the state of
Kenny,
New York City or in the city of New Orleans. So I don't know
Kenny,
what you want me to do.
Kenny. You are
Mhm.
dating me and my brother. I need you to acknowledge that you're gonna live
You
in
can say what you're gonna say. You don't. It's fine. Just say what you're gonna say. I'm gonna intervene for you. Go ahead.
Really, sister? Really, sister?
Yes, please. Can you go ahead?
I was gonna say that
Being a good sister.
I was gonna talk about the Porsche Kenya thing, but so the Porsche with her baby sitting on that man's lap, I'm
Please speak about it.
disgusted, but I'm not surprised because did any of you watch Tisa Tells read her book? And Portia was almost a victim of R. Kelly.
Oh
And
yeah.
like she was very delusional about it. Like she was locked in the bedroom in his house and like she had no idea what was going on. And then after she was like, oh, that was kind of weird, right? So I'm not surprised that she doesn't take issue with something that's clearly inappropriate. I'm not sure she has the threshold to process something like that.
Well, that's a lot to think about, I guess.
That's definitely different. I didn't read her book. I didn't finish her book. So
Can I say this really quick? About the whole lap thing. We all have to remember that Dennis cheated on Portia. And I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling y'all why Portia was stupidly doing stuff about like the whole PJ sitting on his lap thing. She was trying to piss that man off. Remember when they had that little spinoff series? Portia was like, "Oh, me and Simon are getting a house, and you can't know where we live." Like stupid stuff like that. That's not even legal in terms of like paternity and custody. The father has to know where the child lives. You can't just unless it's like a domestic violence abusive situation. You can't just move to another location and not tell the daddy where he's going. But she was trying to do anything she could to get under Dennis's skin because as payback for him cheating on her. And then when she asked him to propose to her again, he told her no. That's when she ended up with Simon. Portia was doing a lot of stupid stuff trying to get on that man's skin.
And she fought his mom.
That part too. Like Portia's not that smart, y'all.
can I say this? I hear what you're saying, Feisty.
Yeah, it's wrong. Nobody's debating that. We just saying Portia was doing stupid stuff.
As a woman scorned, I've done a lot of things that I am proud of. Threatened to burn down houses.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh no, it was me. It ain't
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I did.
Allegedly.
Right?
That's why we have to allegedly ban the scrolling down there. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly, I've threatened to burn down houses. Allegedly, I've threatened to roll over people with cars. Allegedly, I've threatened to beat the piss out of them in their motherfucking mouth.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I told you before this live started not to come up here and show out. I told you not to come up here and show out. And you doing the exact opposite of what I told you.
I had kids, right? All these things that I have allegedly done was prior to me having kids. When I had kids, I had to start moving a certain way, being a certain way, and everything about me transitioned to them. And I understand that everybody is not like that, and I'm not expecting everybody to be like that. But and however, certain things I'm not gonna play with. Certain things I'm not gonna leave to chance. And there's certain things nobody gonna ever have a chance to hold over me when it comes to my children. So I just feel like at a certain point, when was PJ gonna be enough for you to make the decision to walk away? At what point? Like we've literally seen, right? If you go to Dennis' page on Instagram, as well as Porsha's page on Instagram, they are both sharing things that he's created to make income. Not her, him have created. And listen, I know men ain't shit, and everybody want to be a part of the Men Ain't Shit coalition. And really, I'm really a part of the Men Ain't Shit coalition. But it ain't all men. It's a lot of men, 90% of the men. However, but whatever, we're gonna move on from there.
Hello.
I give
Hey, Ranton.
right
Hi,
where it's,
Ranton.
Hey, Ranty.
I give right where it's right and wrong where it's wrong. We literally watch Porsha go from saying how Dennis do this, that, and the third for that child to, oh, Dennis don't do this, and now we got Dennis sitting across the table talking about it ain't a paper shortage and blah, 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 blah. Like all of that, I don't even care about. That's been years since they take the Porsha family matters because the family didn't even fucking matter. My thing is this, it's about a little girl. And you can say Dennis is this and Dennis is that and Dennis is this, but regardless of what PJ has seen Porsha and Dennis go through, regardless of if PJ walked in the room and seen Porsha with her ass tilted up in the air and Dennis smacking her on it, that's her daddy and that's her mama. Not that you want to traumatize your children with seeing that you was with those type of experiences. But we can't say nothing about Porsha bringing this man, that man, and another man in front of her daughter. That's the problem that I have. Like,
We all have that problem.
I'm
We
not
all.
saying she can't do what she want to do. I ain't saying she can't be a city girl if she want to be a city girl. What I'm saying is it shouldn't be done in front of her child. Like I said,
We all have that problem.
many nights I done put my children to sleep and made sure they was good in sleep and walked up out the door and creeped up out the door and I went and got me and then I came back before they was woke. Your children don't need to know what you do. Your children don't need to be in every man. If that man ain't about to be in your life, he don't need to be in your children's life. They don't need to know who you like. The world ain't safe. These men ain't safe. And it ain't say it's not just about little girls, it's about little boys. And we can pretend like Portia's cute because she plays stupid and dumb, but the fact of the matter is it's fucked up. That little girl should never been on his motherfucking lap. He should never have to take pictures of her on his lap to make you come the fuck home. And how do we know this? We know this because that's what he said.
We
That's
And
agree.
why would the pictures on his lap bring
That's
her home?
wrong.
We agree.
That's the
agree.
bigger
Yeah,
question.
we agree.
Which is
But
that
like,
We all agree. We all agree.
yeah, right. Why would
Nobody's
the picture of him
disagreeing.
on? Why would he take a picture of his
I'm
daughter,
looking
her
at him
daughter
real
on his
weird for
lap?
that.
It's creepy.
That's weird.
I'm looking at him real fucking weird right now because that's
That
really
is
what I want to
weird.
get on to.
That is weird.
I'm
That
Why
should
sorry.
have been
did
her.
My
That
children
should have been her case.
calling me. I gotta go take this. I'll be right back. But y'all go ahead.
That should have been her whole
It's-
damn case. Is there some
yeah.
creep that's taking pictures of my baby on his lap?
And he
Yeah,
put it
that's
on
weird.
Instagram. It's one thing you taking a picture, but displaying it publicly for the world to see, that's a whole nother like
That's
above step fucked up.
that's not honest.
That's weird.
He did that
Porsha and Simon were full of stunts and shows. They was doing all of this for attention. They wanted to make a grand return back to Atlanta. We all know Fallon had done told us that he really, really wanted to be on reality TV. He was the one that made her join the show. She really wasn't all that interested in joining the show. They both were full of stunts and shows. Like it's been a circus since day one. Her posting the picture, but standing in between Simon and Dennis and little stuff like that. Like, girl, you had to have known that was going to cause an uproar on the internet, which it did, which she lived for. She knew everybody was going to go crazy when they realized that she had hooked up with Simon, and that was Fallon's ex, and both of them are stunts and shows. At this point, it's like, who's going to outstunt the other?
But
And I'm looking forward to watching it. I think Simon might get her.
But I think the stunt of having a baby in your lap is like, that's some creepy ass shit. So maybe you might have taken it way too far.
Yeah, like what are you implying? Why do I need to rush home because you have my daughter on your lap?
That's my bigger question.
Yeah, Porsha consistently makes bad choices. And it's not out of like, and this is the thing about people when it comes to Porsha. People assume it's out of some like naivete or a lack of intelligence. No, Porsha is just someone who just chooses to do dumb things.
Are we
I don't think that we think that, but I also think, again, going back to this conversation, like, but what was the intent of you showing a picture of the daughter on your lap? That's creepy.
And why do I need to rush home because you have my daughter on your lap? That's what I want.
Like, what happened?
Why is Porsha leaving her with him in the first place?
But it's already been done. So the fact of the matter right now is, why are you sending it? It's already been. We can get back to Porsha in a few seconds. But Dennis Daddy, why are you doing that? That's not cool. Period.
Yeah.
Because what are you implying?
Well, you're sending a message. You're basically sending a message not just to Porsha but to the public that you were willing to put a child in harm's way in order to get what you want in return.
That's what it seems like.
Are you the pew pew man? Because that's given really like, that's what like ransom people do. Like, what are you implying or something? Or predators. So which one is it?
I would vote on predator because that's
I just want to know.
That's what it sounds like.
Go ahead, Ranson. Sorry.
I just want to know, why would you leave your child with, I don't care if that's your husband. You don't know that man. Me and Too Feisty have had this conversation before. We had it last night. Porsha thought she was being strategic in the way she played the situation, but you weren't. You don't know this man. Women who play games like Porsha try to play games, do every bit of research they could possibly have on these men before they actually go after them to get what they want, and it's a certain lifestyle. So my question is, because it's obvious you didn't do the research you were supposed to do, because I could have told you the man was allegedly broke. I did my own research. You just didn't call me. Why would you leave your daughter with this man when she has a father who lives in Atlanta, a aunt who lives in Atlanta, a grandmother who lives in Atlanta, and a slew of great aunts who live in Atlanta? Why would you leave your daughter with this man?
Well, I can tell you the answer to that, Ranting. You know, you have common sense, right?
I believe so.
You know, I feel like a lot of us on this panel have common sense. Porsha doesn't. I mean, she thought that the Underground Railroad was like a real train. So we can't sit here and expect for Porsha to have common sense.
Common sense would tell you, even if you didn't have any, if I'm going anywhere that's going to take me away from home for long periods of time, I'm going to make the proper arrangements for my child. Girl, it is, what's this month? It's March. Look, PJ, look, Porsha, whatever her name is, Pilar, she's supposed to be in school, heifer.
But we should be happy that Porsha didn't drop Pilar off at the Underground Railroad. And wait on the train to come pick the baby up.
I mean, I don't really
that would have been better.
Of like why she left him, because if people weren't who they really are, and sometimes they're bad people, she should be able to know that nothing is going to go awry with leaving her child with her husband. But the fact of the matter is, no, she messed up on that, because clearly why is he sending? he's not an honest person if he's sending you pictures like that now. So I mean, your judgment
She
was
does
wrong.
not have.
I
common
understand
sense.
her judgment. I
And like
guess.
I'm joking about it, but like I'm being very serious though. Porsha doesn't have common sense. And like I think that needs to really set in with everyone up here on this panel. She just doesn't have it. So because a lot of parents would never leave their kid with somebody that they randomly just married one day. Like people, most people wouldn't do.
That's a bigger problem. Yeah.
But do you need common sense to understand a ransom letter?
I'm gonna just point this out.
You hear me?
Yeah. I also want to point this out.
I don't think that most people would do that because they have actual common sense. Porsha just doesn't have that. And so we sit around and like we want the best for Porsha, or we think the best of her. But the reality is that we've watched Porsha go through years of having common sense.
Yeah, I don't have high opinions of Porsha.
You know who I want? You know who I want the best for? I want the best for everybody up here that's currently on this panel and everybody in all the chats. That's who I want the best for. I can't want the best for Porsha because she don't want it for herself. Okay.
Well, I want the best for Pilar.
Yeah.
Would the best be for Pilar to be with the hot dog man full time?
I mean, hopefully, would he be better? Like, I mean, I don't think that Pilar has a good chance at all. In my personal, that's my own personal. Allegedly, that's why the allegedly ban is wrong.
Unfortunately.
But the reality is that Pilar's mother left her with a man that's sending pictures of him sitting with her, sitting on his lap. Mm-hmm. So Porsha doesn't have common sense. We know that at this point. And then does Dennis even have it? Because where's Dennis at in all this?
Because I would have never moved in with him.
Oh, any real man who's seeing his daughter sit on another man's lap and there's pictures of this, there would be no more Simon
at all. She would have never moved in with him if I was freaking Dennis. Like I would have intervened. I don't care. And I'm not condoning breaking the law, y'all, but no, there's no way in hell.
No, it would have been a situation of she can't stay over here. Like, she's not living with you.
It would have been a situation where Simon is sitting underneath 6 feet under. If you're sending pictures of my daughter on your lap as like it's like revenge Pete to me.
Simon would have to see me, like no questions asked about that.
Period.
Ultimately, just say this. This is all Porsha's fault. Why is this all Porsha?
Yeah.
It's not Porsha's fault that he's a creep.
No, I'm talking about
married him.
Where
she did marry him, but that's not her fault that he's a creep.
No,
it's her fault that she married. It's her fault that she married a creep.
Let me get this out.
It still goes back to him that he's a creep.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is all Porsha's fault. Why? Because once again, I don't care if you lack common sense. Just your intuition as a mother or just like a person. We all know when we are in a situation, we have just like that feeling within our gut that this is not a good situation. Let me go ahead and get up out of that. She has had that feeling multiple times in her life and she just disregards it because she's living in la la land and she wants the perfect princess fairy tale life and she ain't gonna get it because you go about it the wrong way. But this is Porsha's fault, not him being a creep because he is a creep. That's just weird. This is Porsha's fault because how is it that you didn't know this man well enough or long enough and you introduced your child to him? Most parents.
How well does she know him?
She didn't know him long.
Okay.
She knew him. She dated for a month. They dated for a month before they got engaged. But I just want to say this: she also got pregnant by Dennis after only dating him for a few months.
Right.
She lucked out with Dennis, and Dennis ended up not being a deadbeat. But she didn't know Dennis that long either.
Feisty, why?
Because that's what Porsha does. Porsha makes a series of bad decisions.
She wanted the money.
And the words of Sweet Tea to get the access to the money.
This is what she does.
Well,
don't get me wrong. Are these dumb decisions? Yes. But Porsha thinks she's being calculating. And that's the conversation that Ranty and I was having. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell y'all what I told her. Porsha thinks she's Monica from Girlfriends.
She do.
That's who Porsha thinks she is. That's who she thinks she is.
Now, wait a minute. I can relate to this. Go ahead. I'm listening to this now.
That is exactly who Porsha. Like, Porsha doesn't have the knowledge or the wherewithal to even know how to maneuver at that level, but she thinks she does. So
Mhm.
she makes dumb choices like
Mm.
a Monica would without having all the information. And then it all comes apart because you never knew what the hell you was doing in the first place.
So wait a minute. Okay,
A-
now I don't want
And
to make this about I don't want to make this about girlfriends, but
I was
you
using it
think
as an analogy. It's not about girlfriends, just as a reference point.
I
mhm.
think that I think Monica was very calculated and very smart about what she did because I mean in the
She
end
was.
she
Yes,
still
she
won.
was.
That's
I
the
think
point.
I think
Portia thinks she's doing what Monica did, and she's not.
no, I think that what Portia saw was a paycheck. That was it. Monica was trying to make a man.
No, Monica saw, because we had this deep conversation,
Do you
and I even
now you know I'm a girlfriend's
yeah,
fanatic.
and I equated
So
this to like when
follow us with this.
me and her had this conversation. I said something I learned from my aunt, who my mother's sister. She lived in Vegas. She
Mm-hmm.
built the when all the conventions would come to town, she would go, like, she would build the booths. And something I learned from her is the girls flock to Vegas around convention time. Not just the
Mm-hmm.
girls who live there, the
Mm-hmm.
girls from out of town. They're flocking to Vegas during convention time because that's where the real money is. That's where the men, I've done my research. I know how he operates. I know, where he's going to be in the next 5 years. If I could get in there and add my 2 cents in, it won't even take him 5 years. It may take him 2 years to get to that highest level. Not trying to
Yes.
build a man, but to get a lifestyle that they want. The lifestyle that the girls want is, I want to be a lady of leisure. If I got to step in once in a while to help you out when it comes to whatever the job is, if I got to throw a party, if I got to make nice with, the boss's wife, if I got to get in good with these people to drop a little hint that, hey, this is where you need to be, then I'll do that. But I want to be a lady of leisure. I want to be able to have money and go on trips and not have to do anything. But if I have to step in, I know I can step in. And that's what Porsha thought she was going to be able to do, but she's not smart like that.
She
Why? Because
doesn't
Monica,
have the knowledge to know what to do. And let me
no,
jump in right here, Branton. What
yeah,
I was telling her in terms of Monica, Monica's just an analogy.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember Girlfriends,
Because I'm
when
I'm stuck at this, right?
yeah,
When William realized that Monica knew who he was before he met her,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, well, how? She's like, well, I heard your name pop up in certain circles,
mm-hmm,
and I did a little research,
Mm-hmm.
knew you were on a certain trajectory,
Mm-hmm.
found out what watering hole you hung out at, and I made sure to be in place. Well,
Mm-hmm.
how did you know I was going to walk up to you? And she
please,
said, child, please. Every
Right.
man in the room, including the gay guy,
She
approached
just,
me, and he only did it because he didn't want to feel left out.
right.
correct. Now the girls who really do,
Portia did the same exact. Well, excuse me. Portia thought.
Portia thought she was doing it. Portia thought she was doing the same thing, and she wasn't. The girls who really do this, who really want that life, who want the
So
living,
wait, so back up because I'm thinking I'm missing something. So y'all
yes,
saying that, so are you saying that Simon doesn't have the money?
We're saying she should have known that before she even got with him because she should
yes,
have done her research.
But no.
The
I'm
girl,
saying, but wait, because bring me back to reality. So Simon doesn't have any money, is what y'all saying?
He doesn't have as
no,
much money as he
no.
pretends to.
No.
Got you. Okay,
Portia's worth more than him.
that
Portia's
makes
worth
sense.
more than him. And
Got
My
just a
thing is,
little,
Portia saw the cars, Portia saw the houses,
mm-hmm,
Portia saw how Fallon was living, but
Mhm.
you didn't even bother to even research if his name was on those properties.
He
Portia
probably
don't even know this man's real name.
But okay. Can I
he
give you another analogy
like
from
that.
Girlfriends where this would make
Sure.
even more sense though? Remember when Tony married Todd and then she found out that Todd didn't have any money?
that's exactly what this
Boom,
is.
boom,
Remember what
boom.
Jones said to Tony? Y'all remember what Jones said to Tony?
Go ahead, sir.
She said, "It's not the fact that he doesn't have the money; it's the fact that you didn't do your research."
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. She's
Okay.
a Tony Childs trying to be a Monica. You saw the labels, you saw the cars, you saw the
Mm-hmm.
houses, and said, I want this. But she tried to be strategic in the way she played it off. Monica was an heiress bouncing from state to state, doing whatever, country to country, doing whatever she wanted to do. And that's what Porsha wants to do. The problem is,
But I wouldn't.
Monica, hold on, let me finish.
Wait. I wouldn't compare her to Monica more than
No,
Tony though.
I'm not. No,
Hold on, right.
let,
The reason why is this because Monica had money even outside of William because of her family.
No,
Yes,
you
but
Tony
still
I'm
is
missing it there. You're still missing it. We're
you're
not
still
comparing her to Monica. We said
no,
she
we're
wants
not
to
comparing.
be a Monica.
She
no.
wants to be.
I'm saying, but what y'all saying is true. But I would say that more for Tony versus Monica because
No,
she did have a.
no. I'm saying
Go ahead. Go
Porsha.
ahead.
It Porsha is Tony. As in, I saw the labels, I saw the cars, I saw the houses.
Oh,
I thought
you're
you
saying Tony. I thought you said Monica.
no. I said she's a Tony who wanted
Mhm.
to be a Monica in
Who
the way
wanted
she
to
tried to
be a Monica? Yes.
Oh,
as
okay.
the way
Got you.
she
Got you.
tried to go about this entire situation. I'm gonna quit all my jobs. I'm gonna
Okay.
just go along with what he wants to do, and I'm gonna just be there. We're gonna be on reality TV, do all this stuff. But the girls who really do this, when they really do
Do their
this,
research.
they do their
Yeah.
research. They're subscribed to Forbes. They are on premium LinkedIn trying to connect with the CEOs and seeing who's an up and coming executive at all the top companies. They do their research. They go as far as having background checks run on these people, and they don't even know them. Because if I'm going to position myself to be where you're at your favorite place, your favorite bar, your favorite restaurant, or if I'm going to position myself to be at, if we're in Vegas, your favorite casino, or hit up these conventions, then I need to know everything I need to know about you so I'm able to slide in and get the life that I want.
All the
She,
major players in the room, they already know about it.
yes,
Well, can I ask this
she,
question though? Do
yes.
y'all think that she did all of this, like quit her job, marry Simon, and marry Simon in a short amount of time, quit all her job? Do you think she did it because she was trying to like create a bigger splash with her exiting of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No,
Because
she,
you
Yep.
well, she
because
wanted to create
Wait,
a bigger splash.
wait? Can you say it again? Because I didn't hear what you said.
I say that do y'all think that by her quitting all her jobs, marrying Simon in a short amount of time and trying to like, create another lifestyle of herself because she was trying to create a bigger splash. She was setting herself up to try and create a bigger splash of exiting on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because we know when it comes to Cash trying to leave the show, they want to they want to like ante up the momentum, trying to create a perfect exit off the show. So you think that what she was trying to do, and it
No,
backfired on her?
I
no,
think
I
she
think
thought she got a bag
I
no,
and
don't.
she
she
was
I
done.
was
personally don't think she quit her job. I think she
no,
got fired.
no, she did. She quit her jobs. They replaced her. She couldn't go back to Dish
I
Nation if
think
she
after
wanted
that
to.
Bolo situation, she didn't quit her job. She got fired because she wouldn't tell the truth. That's my personal opinion.
She couldn't
I
go
think
back to
she
Dish
quit.
Nation if she wanted to. Um, it wasn't to create a big splash with her leaving. Candace created a big splash with her leaving because now
True.
everybody's like, "Oh no, what are we gonna do?" And it's just like, "Oh no, it's time for you hoes to get to work. Okay, actually do your jobs that you get paid for." No, she wanted to create a big splash of her coming back. Oh my
Rant.
God, Portia's back. Oh my God, what is she gonna be doing with Simon? Are we gonna see? Are we gonna see the house? Are we gonna see their lives together? And then boom, as soon as it gets announced that she's back, now they're getting a divorce. And it's just like,
Ranty. Let me
huh?
ask you a question. Is that more true for Candace or Robin?
What?
Where no, now my job not gonna do something to do because now Giselle has to actually work.
No, it's more it's for Candace because I saw that clip you were talking about too, Feisty, where football head was on the news and she was like, I didn't even know. No one knew. I found out like everyone else. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought to reach out to her. My words was, why would you reach out to her? You set her up to try to get jumped on by your wild boar of a friend. But keep it pushing, football head. No, it's a, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Because every season Candace is their storyline. When
Yeah.
in
Hmm.
doubt, blame Candace for everything.
Yep.
When in
Mia looked
doubt,
nervous
start.
too. Yeah. Mia
When in
did an
doubt,
interview as well, and she looked nervous as well. They all looked like they were shocked. Not only shocked to find out that she was leaving, she didn't tell any of them. But they also were like, well, that clip of Miss Juicy and Miss Minnie saying, "What the hell we gonna do now?" Like
what we gonna do
that's
now?
what it was
Oh
giving. They looked nervous about it. What the next season was going to give
yeah, Ashley more than anybody because at the end of the day, the only reason they really kept you around was
because of that
because
rivalry. Hmm.
was yeah because of the rivalry. At the end of the day, you can always count on football head going ahead and stabbing Candace and just twisting a knife just a little bit every season to keep her going. Now you don't have that. And based off of how they put you on the reunion, girl, you almost fell off the couch. You should be ashamed of yourself. You went out bad, football head. You went out bad. I mean, continue to rub old white crusty feet. Hope it get you something. You okay?
We talking about Porsha.
I'm okay. I'm definitely okay.
Let's get back to Porsha.
I'm gonna say
PPP.
this. I'm gonna say this. PPP, aka Project Pigeon Porsha. She has definitely made a bed. She got a lie in it, and she's got to answer for it. And with that being said, we love y'all.
What?
I knew where you was going. I knew where you was going. This is how I know you my sister.
You done wore yourself out doing all that yelling about Porsha sitting on the PJ sitting on that man's lap. Now you gonna kick us out?
Girl, because listen, let me tell you something. At the end of the day, we can have
You the one told me to come up here.
we can have a whole conversation about her sitting on that man lap. But until her mama take her off that man lap, let's talk about Diddy Joshua 1994-2. We got several videos on both channels. Mine and Barb's talking about Diddy.
Oh yeah, they went live about Diddy a day or two ago. Yes. Joshua, thank you for joining us.
Definitely.
Oh, they went very in depth on nigga love.
And me, and I did too.
And Deb too.
Yeah, you're part of the day. You're part of the day.
Yeah.
So we've definitely talked about him, but we are almost at 3 hours.
Well,
I'm so done with you,
Barb. I'm about to drop down, but I have to do
you
something that I know that
some people can't hang no more.
Ranting,
I see how it goes.
Ranting. Give me 1 second because I got to drop down. But I want to do something that's gonna piss all y'all off real quick. Me is still the boss. Bye, y'all.
That doesn't piss me off anymore.
Barb, Deb, love y'all. The question, you are forever my girl. Kenny, I am yet praying for you. We'll continue praying for you. Ranting, I'm gonna talk to you in a little bit.
Amen.
I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for Nola. Because she done did too much tonight.
I'm not.
I don't want to call her by the name, but I don't want to give that to the people. But she know who she is. It starts with a U, ends with an A. You know who you are, ma'am. Barb.
Oh, that was not me.
All right, I'm gonna dip off too. Thanks for having me.
That's how we go when people want to play with me. And with that being said, I love everybody out here.
We love you too.
Kenny, I will always love you as my first husband, but you ain't do what you were supposed to do.
Wow. Okay.
You ain't do what you were supposed to do. So Harold took your place. Just go ahead and say congratulations to him in the chat. Absolutely. And with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye, y'all.